That's cold. That's way too cold. It is so cold out there. Not in here, though. I'm warm. Everybody else watching this stream probably warm, too. Welcome. Welcome. Last home game of the season. And could you imagine, dog, that dog pound, the seats are metal. Like, we built this stadium in the worst way possible for somewhere that's that cold. Like, those seats are freezing cold. It's like sitting on ice blocks. Why do we do this? Like, if you're going to build an outdoor stadium, at least build it with the cold in mind, with the elements in mind. We ain't even do none of that. We ain't got nothing over the... This is bad design.
Down there. There's your coaches.
Look, Kevin Stefanski, boy, cold. Dennis Allen looked cold.
The playoffs, his first season, a 20 campaign. What a year that was. But it's been a difficult stretch since.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Push the right buttons.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody watching.
Interestingly, the Saints won the toss, they defer, and so Cleveland will receive. You were surprised at that?
Well, I was surprised that the Saints chose to kick with the wind right now, meaning in the second quarter they'll be going into the wind.
Actually, pretty good.
Good return.
This is Jerome Ford.
Good return, Jay.
Ford crosses the 35, gets out to the 40-yard line. A return of 37 yards to get the party started for Deshaun Watson. And
I don't think I've ever seen Deshaun Watson wear sleeves. Corey Johnson says we need a dome for real. I agree.
He's been playing better. They said they saw it in practice, but you saw it last week in the game. I think Kevin Stefanski as a play caller, understanding Deshaun Watson, what he does, and the balance between being under center and being a shotgun. You see him start out right away under center, which in these conditions you figure they'll do more.
Nick Chubb on the tote to get their offense going, just barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good news today for the Browns. Ethan Posick activated off IR this week, out the last 4 due to injury. He hurt his knee in that Week 11 game against Buffalo, so the first time he and Watson are playing together in a game.
And he's been playing really good football. Big, physical center.
Merry Christmas, Q from Dave May. Appreciate the super chat. Everybody give Dave a shout out.
It's an offense that has shown improvement, albeit gradually over the past
Oh, boy. The wind is crazy, dog. What did that wind do to that throw?
But again, no gain as Cooper is dumped down right at the line of scrimmage. Alontae Taylor, who has been just sensational on the back end of the Saints defense. So a couple of injury notes for New Orleans. Marcus May, dealing with a shoulder injury, was a surprise scratch today. And no Pete Werner, who has been one of their better defensive players, Jay, out with that hamstring injury.
Lattimore still out as well. I mean, this is a team defensively that has
All right, we're going empty.
Compliment throughout the year. They have been the strength of this team throughout the last few years. Struggled at the beginning of the year this year.
On 3rd and 8, Watson, pocket starts to muddy. Here they come. Watson will just throw it out of bounds. Everyone covered down the field. You saw Njoku was in that tight coverage, and good pressure by Carl Granderson, forcing Watson out of the pocket.
Hey, it's going to be one of them games, man.
You get pressure up the middle, forcing Deshaun Watson to get outside. You know, when you get the big return into the wind, you're like, oh, perfect. Great field position. Let's try to put a drive together. And you go 3 and out and give the ball back. And now here's the Saints showing rush. You got all the men in here. Nobody outside covering the Gunners at all because they're not worried about the fake. They're not worried about you throwing the ball.
Here's Corey Bojorquez. How does he handle these conditions? He's got a bomb of a leg. Has one of the longest punts
good
in the
punt.
NFL this season.
Get there, get there.
And this one is absolutely brilliant.
That is spectacular.
Good coverage by DeAnthony Bell there, too. Well, was that DeAnthony Bell or was that A.J. Green III? But somebody made a tremendous play there.
The turnover and backs him all the way up inside the 5-yard line to the 1-yard. What a great play by Corey Bojorquez.
And give A.J. Green all kinds of credit. Got down the field and is able to down that just
Great job, A.J.
the
Green.
1-yard line.
And he was able to get down there because
You-
they had no
Look, they if you're going to give the Gunners a free run, you're begging for that to happen if you get a good one bombed off there.
Really good job by Mike Prefer special teams.
So 57-yard punt, and Andy Dalton and the Saints now pinned back just outside their own 1-yard line.
Miles not on the field?
As if they didn't have enough to deal with the weather. Got as hard field position as you can to start this game. Ground game. That's Adam.
Why is Miles not starting the game?
First.
Is he hurt?
On their first play from scrimmage. So Andy Dalton has been Mr. Cleveland in his career. All-time 12 wins.
Hey, Marty. I know you ain't talking like, okay, let's just block this dude, bro. Let's just block him. I don't want chat to be distracted. I'm going to just block people. I think people get, like, off when I respond to them, when they say dumb stuff. So I just feel like I just got to block more people. You know what I mean?
Sets up a 2nd and 7. This is Kamara. Right over center. Picks up one.
But why isn't Miles in the game?
Tackled on the play by Grant Delpit. Key injury note for the Saints. Cesar Ruiz, their right guard, who has been having a breakout.
He's inactive. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, good Lord. When did that happen? It felt like, didn't they say both Miles and Chubb were going to play?
As Landry placed on RR this week, but the loss of Olave huge for the Saints.
And one thing you saw from the Saints offense last week was 6 offensive linemen, almost 50% of the time, something I expect to see a lot today.
Fumbled snap.
Recovers on 3rd down. His pass over the middle, broken up and incomplete.
You're kicking into the wind now.
Done by Denzel Ward. Intended for Rashid Shaheed, who's starting to come on of late for the Saints.
I mentioned that when we were looking at Cleveland, a good snap, but Dalton drops it. You worry when you have these kind of conditions about getting in shotgun because the wind can have an impact on the snap. Same thing here on this punt. When you're long snapping and you're snapping into the wind right here, the first thing you have to do as the punter is make sure you secure that ball.
So both teams go 3 and out to start. Blake Gillikin on to punt. This one takes a little bit of a bounce, fielded by Donovan Peoples-Jones, who has 1 punt return for a score.
There you go.
So terrific starting field position for Deshaun Watson and Cleveland when we come back. Early stages on CBS.
He just wasn't in? Hold on, wait, let me see. Was he on the inactives? I don't think he was. I would have noticed. I think that would have been a topic of discussion, right? He might not just, something must have been up with him on the sidelines, but like, because I know Cam posted it. Let me see what Cam had. Kickoff temperature inactives. Yeah, Miles was active. Miles is active. Yeah, Miles is active. Maybe something went wrong with his gear. Yeah, he's active. So I don't know why he wasn't out there. It didn't matter. It was a 3 and out, but, you know. Browns got the ball at the 50. Look, this is going to be a field position game where you might get 10 yards just so you can get some better field position, get a better punt, and then get them on a 3 and out, and then they can get you the ball back. Like, you're going to have to play the field position game, man. You're just going to have to play the field position game. It's going to be the kind of game it is, man. But I think it's just going to be tough sledding. I mean, you saw how hard it was to throw the ball, period. Oh, are some of y'all getting the Bengals over the Browns? Man. I was in Youngstown. I used to get Steelers and Browns at the same time until the Browns became like Super Dookie. And when the Browns were Super Dookie, them last, with the 0-16, 1-15 years, you ain't even get the Browns no more. You just got Steeler games, man. So with the Bengals already up 6-0 on the Pats. All right, we back. We are back.
Tom Cruise in the biggest movie of the year, Top Gun Maverick, now streaming on Paramount Plus. Rated PG-13. Head to ParamountPlus.com/Top Gun Maverick to try Paramount Plus for free.
Talk to me, Goose. Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it.
I can't believe that.
I was waiting for it to come out on Paramount Plus.
I got you. I've probably seen it 7 times already. It was awesome.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Andy Dalton getting some coaching on that Saints sideline. Second offensive series for Deshaun Watson in Cleveland as they begin just inside Saints territory. Here's Nick Chubb looking for some daylight. And how these ground games, Jay, can fare, really a big part of the story. Nick Chubb was on the injury report this week. He actually missed 2 days of practice, which for him is kind of huge, but just continues to stack up those accolades. Pretty good company right there.
Consistently excellent. Doesn't say much, comes out, does his talking with his play. You know, that's just the kind of guy that you love to have. He's always out there, he's always consistent and consistently excellent.
Headed to his 4th straight Pro Bowl as he deals with that foot injury. Chubb taking on tacklers inside the Saints 45. Gets
all right, about 3rd and 4.
Cameron Jordan was there making first contact for the Saints to set up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, an important 3rd downs here because you probably aren't going to kick a field goal outside of 40 yards.
It's got to suck to play wide receiver in these weather conditions.
Going for 2 if you score a touchdown going into the dog pound end. You know, so you're already, Kevin Stefanski's probably communicating with Deshaun Watson and telling him whether or not they're going to go for it on 4th down.
On 3rd down, little misdirection. Watson rolling out again. Everyone covered down the field. We've seen him do that now twice. So terrific coverage on the back end of that Saints defense.
Well, he was looking for Kareem Hunt to get out. You know, he wanted him to get a block. Watch Kareem Hunt. Here he is coming across the screen. And he thinks he's going to get a block here and then get out. And because they do a great job of keeping Kareem Hunt in, there's nobody for Deshaun Watson to get the ball to. They don't get any yardage, and now they decide to punt.
So Corey Bojorquez had a 57-yarder earlier. Now we'll punt in a much favorable spot right around his own 45-yard line.
You got a lot on that one. It might go into the end zone.
This one looks like it will bounce into the end zone, and so Dalton and the Saints will have it from the 20 when we come back. No score, Saints and Browns on CBS.
Did you know Google makes a phone? Do you know about its camera? Like the way it fixes blurry photos. Magically erases annoying distractions.
Well, yeah, I mean, we knew what kind of offensive game this was going to be, man. And also, you know, we knew that Ethan Posett coming back wasn't, well, some of us knew that Ethan Posett coming back wasn't going to automatically fix the run game because the run game's issues were existing before he got injured. So it's no surprise to me that the run game still is struggling a little bit. It's no surprise to me that the offense looks bad. This is the kind of game that everybody signed up for, right? Okay, I'm banning anybody who says "man, show the game" in chat because you got to be a fucking idiot if you think I'm about to stream the game on my main channel. Like, no shot, dog. You're clapped. Like, bye. You can no longer comment in chat. Like, I'm tired of people saying the dumb shit all the time. Stop asking me to show the game on chat. Chris Gustafaro says, it's amazing. Let me get back. It's amazing how the weather conditions can totally change your game plan. Also, Merry Christmas, Koo. Yeah. I mean, like, we should probably just build a dome. I feel like the dome should be built. You know what I mean?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored
Again.
by Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Duracell, engineered for more. And by Google Pixel 7.
Nothing quite like these Cleveland Brown fans.
All right, Miles is back on the field.
From Cleveland First Energy Stadium Second offensive possession for the Saints, and it is Taysom Hill at the quarterback position.
Good tackle,
They'll
Chase.
keep it on the ground to Alvin Kamara, and Hill certainly figures to factor huge into this game. So coldest weather games in the history of this franchise. They've had some cold ones over the years, and again, the real field temperature is a lot colder than that, around 16 degrees below zero. Mr. Feely, I know you're tough, but this is...
Oh, it is really cold down there, and it's tough to go out there and execute. The wind is going to have more of an impact than the cold, though.
Dalton back at quarterback, works from the gun here on second.
Oh, wow.
It's deflected at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete as we go downstairs to a D.
You're talking about the cold. I mean, these players, the second they get off the field, they're grabbing their parkas. The entire defense huddled in front of these heaters before they took the field. And I'm telling you, Jay, I know you taught me to stand in front of a heater. There's no room. Every heater is covered by a player or a referee.
You got to be smart, Aditi, when you go to try to get in front of those heaters.
I feel like it's no secret a new stadium is coming where Burke is, since Cleveland wants a waterfront district where the stadium is now. Yeah, just put a roof on it. You know what I mean? That's first down.
30-yard line. He's right there at that first down marker, and it is enough for the New Orleans first.
Wait, is that the David Johnson? Is that former Cardinal David Johnson? Is that what he's doing now?
Effective football, that's what you want today.
Legit didn't know he's in the league. Good for David Johnson.
Being able to complete the passes when they're there, when you have an opportunity. When you're with the wind right now, like New Orleans, you got to take advantage of it. So hard going the other way towards the dog pound end.
Sean Taysom Hill with that long 68-yard touchdown thrown last season. And it looks like a direct snap taken here by Kamara. And he will move that pile close to the 35. And look at Kamara churn those legs. He'll get himself closer to the 40-yard line as Andy Dalton will come back onto the field.
There's a couple of things that we saw last week. Some jet sweeps, getting him in the quarterback position, direct snap the ball, trying to find ways to get Kamara going and trying to find a way to get a big play from him. As long as 27 yards this year. And when you think of Alvin Kamara in his career, you think of big plays, continually popping those big runs. Really hasn't happened the last 2 years.
On 2nd and 2.
What's up?
Officials whistle this one dead before it was snapped.
Illegal, what, too many men in the huddle or something? What happened here?
Under all those layers is Brad Rogers. Kevin Stefanski will burn his...
Playing football in this weather is just rude. Just rude, dog. This game would be so much more enjoyable if it was in New Orleans. There'd be so much more to watch. So much more intrigue. Build a dome. Put a roof over it. I used to be on that side where I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want a roof. I want it to be Cleveland or Elements and all that. But then I got to experience a dome. And not like the dome they got in Detroit, because that's a pretty trash dome. But like a nice dome, the Mercedes-Benz domes. And I'm like, yeah, this is much better. I'm just saying, it's better for everybody. The enjoyment of the game's better. Build a dome. The only reason to not have a dome is for aesthetics and for to appeal to certain people's emotional arguments about the code that aren't factual. There's no reason for that stadium to not have a roof on it. There's no reason you should go to see an NFL game and get half the product because it's cold. There's no reason the game should be delayed because of rain and thunder. There's no reason for any of that because you can avoid that with a dome. If people think, oh, dome, just keeping the snow out and keeping the cold out, that's one thing, right? If it was just guaranteed to be cold here, I wouldn't care. It's cold in Kansas City, but it's not windy, so it doesn't matter as much, right? But the wind, dog, it ruins game plans for your own team. That's the part of it, right? It's the wind. Like, you know, the wind chill is what kills you, because most of the time in Cleveland in December, it's like, what, 35, 40 degrees? That's not super cold to where it's going to mess you up a little bit. But the wind right? Like that's when people who aren't from Cleveland, who did not grow up in the immediate Cleveland area and grew up like around it, like, you know, some people like an hour and a half away from Cleveland, they don't understand that the cold is only one part of the recipe in Cleveland. The wind that comes off that lake is vicious. Like, you need to do something about the wind. The best way to do something about the wind is put a roof over it. Because the wind is what's killing people, dog. Like, that's it. You know, like, what you see on your little temperature thermometer there where it says like 35 or 22. Oh, that's not that bad. It's the wind. The wind chill, dog. Sly says living in LA and a stadium like SoFi would be so nice. Yeah. I mean, I've never been to SoFi.
As we look for our first points here in
Oh, they stopped him. No, come on. Blow it dead.
Start with Johnson and Perrion Winfrey. One injury note as Aditi just passed along. Ronnie Harrison, who's been dealing with an assortment of injuries, it seems like the last couple of years, has just gone into the Cleveland locker room. And the other injury situation they've been dealing with, John Johnson, who had been a question mark this week, is in the lineup and has started so far as he deals with that thigh injury. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, these are the critical third downs. When you get the down and distance you want, nice play on 1st down, being able to convert, especially with the wind at your back, and continue this drive.
Kamara needs a yard, he's got it. Big 1st down for the Saints. As Kamara gets close to the 45-yard line, it was John Johnson as they pick up a half dozen.
Watch Alvin Kamara's footwork here. Just an excellent job. They get the penetration that they want defensively. He comes up with a jump cut out wide. Really good vision and a good job by Kamara getting the 1st down and continuing this drive.
Negative 37 out there, dog. That's not even like humane.
And also Shaheed. At the top, 1st and 10. Dalton to the air, completes. This is going to be Shaheed breaking free inside Cleveland territory. Shaheed, who had the big 68-yard touchdown catch last week on a career day, a 1st down pickup of 16.
Well, I highlighted Shaheed before that play because you kind of figured, okay, they've had a couple of checkdowns. They haven't gone and done anything.
Also,
really
something that people don't think about is that ground is hard. Now, I think they got heaters underneath it, but I mean, they don't look like they got heaters underneath it, to be honest, in Cleveland Browns Stadium. I know they do in Buffalo. But, like, that ground is hard. Like, you're increasing people's risk of injury, too.
Motion for a set of downs. This is Kamara taking on tacklers. We'll get inside the 40-yard line. Just crazy talking about Shaheed. Undrafted, didn't even dress. Jay, the first 5 weeks of the season, started on the practice squad, and then with some of the injuries, got his chance. And boy, he is shot through the gates.
Yeah, and a guy like that, you give him a couple of opportunities. And if he does the right things and he goes out there and he executes, then you give him more opportunities. Well, he's just continuing to grow. Last 2 weeks, he's got 7 receptions, 170 yards and a touchdown. And without Olave, you figure the only guy that they have really that they could go.
I want to welcome everybody who's just joined the stream. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Ninth play of the drive for the Saints that began at their own 20. Dalton from the gun.
Come on. Okay. It's got to be grounding, right? Chris Gustafaro says apparently there was an old football myth that dome teams were soft. Dome teams were smart, dog. What do they mean dome teams were soft? That's crazy. Like, maybe in the 90s, people were saying shit like that. But, like, come on, dog. It's not the 90s no more. It is very much not the 90s. Build a dome. Look at this game. This game is miserable for everybody. I feel bad watching it. I feel I'm just watching wild exploitation go down.
It's going to be grounding penalty against the Saints.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's got to be grounding. Sly says they don't have their top 2 receivers. Obviously, we know this game's going to be tough on our coaches. It's going to be tough on everybody, man.
And you have 3 receivers there, and nobody goes into that area. And I think it's just miscommunication. It's a tough penalty. It's
Loss it down, 3rd and 18, and they go back 5. Good.
You got to be thinking here, if you can pick up half of it, maybe you would go for it on 4th down if you're the Saints.
Yeah, field goal kind of out the question.
The kicking conditions certainly factoring into the decisions made by these
They're going to try to get this off quick. Yep.
3rd and 18. Dalton, little shovel pass. Kamara just barely able to get close to the 41-yard line. Nice tackle in the open.
And that would be a 56-yard field goal. So they're punting.
A little bit hobbled as he comes to the back sideline.
And I don't think they picked up enough yardage to be able to go for it. If you get 4 or 5 more yards, maybe you go for it. I think that's the play call. They do that little shovel pass because they're trying to go for it.
That's Andrews Pete, their starter at left guard. So a couple of banged up Saints.
At Chipotle, real food always starts with real ingredients in a real kitchen.
Yeah, they got to build the dome, dog. They got to build the dome. I'm not trying to watch this like 20 years from now out here cold in a new stadium because y'all thought it was cool to be cold at one point in time. Nah, there is nothing cool about being cold. As somebody who has braved the elements myself, you know what I mean? I used to go out there when I was in college from Youngstown State games. And if you know anything about Youngstown, you know Youngstown is cold. That stadium has no infrastructure. It is cold. There's nothing to guard you from the wind. It's just outdoors. And I used to freeze my tail off watching the Penguins lose. And I thought I was so tough about it. And it was all pointless. That's all I'm saying. Like, there is nothing cool about being cold. Like, I understand it is cold where we are from, but if you can avoid cold, that's kind of what modern humans have spent the last 100 years doing, is finding ways to avoid what it is outside. It's why we have houses, not tents, right? Because we want to avoid the elements. It's why we have indoor heating, air conditioning, central air. Now, you go into a restaurant where you're going to eat outside if it's negative 30 out there, or are you going to go eat inside? You know what I mean? Like, football is literally the only thing that we do this with. Everything else, we understand the benefit of being indoors. But for football, for whatever reason, because it appeals to our toughness and our ideals of masculinity and all that, we think it's got to be the harshest conditions possible in order to justify it. And I'm telling you, this stuff is just as good indoors as it is outdoors. Honestly, sometimes it's better. Any of y'all going to the Ohio State-Georgia game, go just take a peek and sit in that dome they got here in Atlanta. And then you will be, your argument will be changed. I promise you that. And you'll come back thinking, yeah, we need to build a dome. That's all I'm saying, man. We don't like to eat food in cold. We don't like to play basketball in the cold. We don't like to play baseball in the cold. We don't like to do anything but football in the cold. And things that resemble football in the cold. And I find that to be flawed.
Strong enough to roll the dice to that degree. 4th and long, 4th and 13.
So hard when it's 4th and long. Now, you got to watch Taysom Hill.
Yeah, you get real grass indoors too now, man. Like, that was the big hang up, is that you have that like crappy turf. But like, now half the league uses turf or natural grass indoors. You know what I mean? So like, there's no reason. Now we got the ball at 3, and come on, man.
39 yards, perfectly placed.
Dog, this is a punt off, man. We are watching a punt off. Is this what you paid your Sunday ticket for? Hockey? Look, hockey is played indoors, dog. What do you mean hockey? Most hockey games are played indoors. Even people who like cold-ass hockey watch it indoors. That's all I'm saying. That is the opposite of a point. Whoever said that.
On a day like this, when temperatures right around 15 degrees below zero, if you've just joined us. Nick Chubb starting from his own end zone to get this drive going. So Deshaun Watson, 4th start since he took the reins over week 13, that game at Houston that we had. And you talked about conditioning, Jay. Everything just slowly starting to come together for him. And then, of course, a game like this, everything is thrown out the window.
Last week looked really good, and I think Kevin Stefanski understanding how to use him and how to use his legs in particular. That's the different element that he brings to this offense, and we haven't seen it yet today, but I think that's something we'll see.
Here's Chubb, unable to break the initial tackle. Brilliant defensive play by Carl Granderson As he dunks him down for a loss of 2.
We can't move the ball because we can't throw the ball.
Watch him outside here. Just get inside.
Look at this.
Doesn't get blocked.
Look at this, man.
And Chubb tries to hit him with the cutback, but disciplined defense by Granderson. Really good play.
Granderson grew up in Sacramento, but he played his college ball at Wyoming, so he's been at a couple of these kinds of weather element games.
I think we saw him out there.
Anthony, they got Deuce high.
That was him.
One high, one high.
3rd and 8.
Get set, get set.
Watson from
You got it, you got it.
putting some air under it. Chance, and it's incomplete. Intended for Pete
What happened there?
Jones, but
Was it out?
excellent coverage in front of that Brown sideline.
Good coverage. Let's see a replay.
Throw by Deshaun Watson, back shoulder to Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's done a really good job in the contested
That's the right
catches.
throw. A good eyes.
Get that ball, put it where only your receiver can get it.
Just a little off.
Where Peoples-Jones could go get
And
that
there was a
ball.
hold there by 31, 21.
Into the win here, too.
Well done by Bradley Roby, who had that pivotal takeaway late in the game last week.
Saints playing for a return this time. They got double advice on both gunners.
Saints defense forcing its 3rd straight 3 and out. For Marquez's punt.
Yeah, I mean, you punt it into the wind, dog. Ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about that. I know people going to complain about that being a bad punt. You're punting into the wind. We also talk about football games, too, in retrospect. Like, we'll look at stats as if, like, the elements didn't happen. You know what I mean? And use it against players. Just play indoors, man. Just play indoors. Play indoors. There's no reason to, like, I understand why certain levels of football, like, they play outdoors because not everybody can afford an indoor stadium and one that's going to be a worthwhile experience. But NFL teams can. Like, you know what I mean? It should probably be played mostly indoors. Maybe some elements here and there. You know what I mean? Maybe this evolves to something where most teams play their home games indoors, but then there's like special, you know, occasions where you play special games in like outdoor conditions, but not like in the wintertime. You know, maybe that's what the London games become. It's a novelty because you get to see outdoor football in the NFL. But I mean, for how we talk about the game, for how the game is judged and how the game is played, it just isn't entertaining anymore when it's this cold because we just did so much to neuter the run game. You know what I mean? Like in the 90s, I guess this was more entertaining, and I'm going off of what people say, honestly, so it's not even reliable information than like what I experienced because I wasn't watching football in the 90s. I'm only 27. So maybe this is more entertaining because more people just played this style of football and more people ran the ball, and that was like a more established and polished style. By the way, Andrews Pete just went out for the Saints, so that's not good for them. But I don't know, man. Today, when you're trying to run empty sets and you're trying to run like pistol and you're trying to run the ball out of these like zone read schemes, wide zone schemes, it's just ugly. They move fans from the upper bowl to the lower levels. If that don't tell you they need a dome, then I'm telling you. What would they do if this game was sold out?
Once again, looks like direct snap taken by Kamara. Makes the first guy miss coming around the end. So Kamara, good sign. You saw him limp off the field.
Appreciate the super chat, Raichi. I hope I said that right. Oh, here come Taysom.
To try to do anything down the field, which is difficult because of the wind and the cold. Knowing they have to stop the run first and foremost today.
Here comes Taysom.
It is an ankle injury for Pete, and his return is questionable for the Saints.
Oh no, Taysom's out there with Andy.
Back on the field on second attempt.
And he fumbled the ball.
Dalton able to pick it up, recovers, fires, and it's incomplete. But what a play by Dalton just to give Kamara a chance. But it will be 3rd and 10.
Second time that Andy Dalton has dropped a snap today. You can see he has the gloves on. You know, we asked him and talked to him about the gloves, whether or not he would wear gloves. Obviously, he doesn't normally wear them. You know, you just talked about the dryness in the air and whether or not you could grip a ball. And if it was really snowing heavily, probably not wear the glove. But with the cold and the dryness, trying to wear the glove to give him some kind of grip on that ball. But he's dropped a couple already.
Dalton
Picked off.
that pass deflected and picked off. Intercepted.
Run, Grant.
It's
Run. We cannot move the ball, Grant. Run.
still looking for daylight, and he returns it all the way to the Saints.
Oh, is he all right? Did Grant just hurt himself? Okay, Grant's fine. He's going to jump into that dog pound. He is a sick bastard.
It was a really good throw by Andy Dalton. This ball is there to be caught. Juwan Johnson dives for it. It hits off into his hand and bounces right into Delpit's hands. And then now
Beautiful
Delpit's
catch.
off, and what a big play for that Browns defense. Getting a turnover, getting down, jumping into the dog pound, celebrating with your friends, trying to do anything to stay warm.
Delpit, the 44th pick in the 2020 draft, their leader in tackles, with his second INT of the season. So can Deshaun Watson and his offense finally get their game going? Chubb breaking the initial tackle, gets close to the 25-yard line to set up a second down.
Well, even though they haven't done anything yet on these possessions, I think having it 0-0 going this way into the win, that's a win for the Browns offense, and their defense, not allowing the Saints to score. And right here, you really want to try to run the ball and get a first down and get the clock running so you can end it. If you have to kick, you want to be kicking the other way, not into the dog pound, because both kickers really struggle kicking this way in warm-ups.
Chubb has been the workhorse as expected.
There you go, Chubb. First down. All right, call it dead, though.
In his favor. Dog pound appreciates the effort by Chubb. That's going to be a first down run for the running back who's headed to his 4th Pro Bowl. It's a run of 6.
And you just figure this game for the Cleveland Browns is going to be won by this offensive line. Their offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Physical game. They have their physical center back. And you know that in these conditions, they're going to rely on this offensive line. That was a big first down to keep that clock moving. But they do have to kick on this drive. If they continue to run the ball, they should be kicking the other way.
Chubb running around left behind his Pro Bowl guard Joel Bitonio. Also Jedrick Wills, who's been very good on the left side of that line. But again, the return of Ethan Posick at center, if you've just joined us, back off IR this week, coming back from the knee injury. Of course, Jack Conklin signing his
2nd and 9 here, y'all.
This week, it has been one of the elite offensive fronts in the NFL.
Yeah, Joel Bitonio is the best on that offensive line. His 5th straight Pro Bowl, very deserving, just one of the dominant guards in the NFL.
Watson, play action.
Good Lord.
Pass on the check down, it's Njoku.
Hey,
That's his first catch. Gets close
3rd
to the
and short.
first down marker as he's run out of bounds just shy of the 10. Caden Ellis on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6.
And his 3rd down, they should let this clock run out.
Let it run.
Don't run a play here and get going the other way. So if you do have to kick the field goal, then it opens up. Then you can throw the ball. You can run the ball on this 3rd down play. And then if you have to kick a field goal, you're going with the win.
How do you feel? You staying warm?
I'm good. Much better than Aditi.
Poor Aditi, our hero down the field. She's
All right. End of the first, and look, this game's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be unsatisfying, but I'm pretty satisfied with what I'm seeing. As far as like them getting towards a win, this is in the right direction. The run game didn't look great. They kind of got some life now. I mean, one good run. The passing game's it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But the defense was able to get that turnover. Great return by Grant Delpit, put you in position to score. We'll see if they capitalize, but you can't waste opportunities like this. You just ain't that many. And one of the things to note, too, the way the wind's going is left and right, I guess, of the field. So the Saints were able to throw the ball because they had the wind going in the direction. which is better than when the wind's going against you. And again, it's like 30, 70. It's like 30. No. I'm bad. My bad. It's like 57 mile per hour winds. Oh, nah. Trash. Okay. So if you're going into that wind, you're not going to be able to throw the ball. So it's going to make running the ball even harder because they know it's not an option because they feel that wind too. Every ball that Deshaun Watson has thrown almost when the gusts have been going have been really like looked horrible because they're going against 75 mile per hour winds, and the football really only travels what was the mile per hour? I think it's like 20 miles per hour or something like that. It don't even travel that fast. See how hard you gotta throw it just to get it there normal? No 4-down territory. I mean, like, unless you think K. York is complete cheeks, you gotta kick this shit.
Friday on CBS. January 6th.
We have an inmate firefighter fallen over the bridge.
Gabrielle, what are you doing?
Sorry, I gotta stretch.
Friday, January 6th on CBS.
Start of the second quarter.
All right, let's go.
Cleveland, First Energy
Got the win now.
Spirit leaders Jake Feely, Didi Kikabala, Gene Steratore, rest of our CBS crew. Happy holidays.
Empty. He's just gonna run. Oh, and he's in.
Watson is going to stroll in for the Cleveland
He in the dog pile? Well, that's a way to do it.
They take advantage of the Dalton pick, and Watson showing the wheels.
Just a good job by Kareem Hunt. They didn't have Amari Cooper. They didn't have Nick Chubb in there. They had Kareem Hunt. So what do? You go with the Deshaun Watson run to the outside. Really good job by that offensive line getting out there. Good job by Kareem Hunt getting the block, taking advantage of that interception and cashing in for the touchdown.
Come on, Cade.
Stefanski said at least once or twice each of the last few weeks we've started to see that elite level play of Watson shine through. That looked like the old
Yeah.
seconds after this.
I mean, that wasn't even elite level play. That play was just wide open there. Great job blocking it. Kareem Hunt does a good job eating Tyrann Mathieu on the pull there. And then it's just green grass. Well, not green grass, hard as white grass because it's frozen for Deshaun Watson to go out there and score. So good play design by Kevin.
A member of the Cleveland Browns. Was on the shelf for nearly 2 calendar years, 700 days. Today making his 4th start since he took the reins over from his good buddy Jacoby Brissett. And a 16-yard touchdown run by Watson.
From the beginning, we said we thought we would see a lot more design runs for Deshaun Watson today. Just the kind of game that it's
That's a great play call there.
The cold and the winds. You figure that Kevin Stefanski is going to dial up some plays and take advantage of his quarterback's athleticism like we just saw.
Beg your pardon, 12 yards on the run by Watson to get us our first points. Just a couple of seconds.
All right, now you got Andy Dalton going against the win. Take advantage.
Tomorrow, the NFL on CBS celebrates Christmas in California.
Why is Baker Mayfield on national TV all the time, dog? Like, this man was on Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football. He's about to have 3 national TV games alone in L.A. 3 of them. Like, dog. I know the Rams are supposed to be good. Y'all can't flex them? Honestly, I think starting Taysom Hill would have been a smarter move for the Saints since they have this running ability. They could put him in when they want to run, but he can't throw for it for nothing.
First and 10. How quickly can Dalton put it behind him here as they now play from behind? So
right, if you want him to run, you can just have him out there to run. But the problem with Taysom is he can't throw. You going to have him throw in the wind?
Winning in the NFC South last week. So that keeps them just a game back of Tampa Bay. They have to win their remaining 3 games, and then they need some help from the Bucs, who must lose at least 2 of their remaining 3 games. Tampa plays against Arizona on the road.
Somebody's got to win the
tomorrow
NFC
night.
South.
Right.
Nobody's playing well right now.
Those South divisions, both NFC and AFC.
Good tackle, Chase.
Shall we say, the last couple of years. David Johnson.
Chase is playing good today, man.
Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Saints.
It's so important
Baltimore just went up 6 or 3. It looks like 6.
Especially against this defense. When you have Myles Garrett on the other side coming after your quarterback. When
Is Myles out there sleeveless? Hope he got Vaseline on, man.
On 3rd and 7, this is Johnson. As they play it conservatively, Pete Carmichael, their play caller. Nothing working. Deion Jones acquired
Good stuff.
season trade from Atlanta. And the Saints are
Good stuff. Let's get the ball back. Now we got the win.
You have 3rd and long. You end up calling a run play. Garrett collapses the pocket. The rest of the Browns come in and make the tackle.
What is that last name? Tharaka Morton?
Series, being conservative on that play call there.
Just living to see another day for New Orleans. So on 4th down, Gillikin on the punt. He was tremendous on his last offering, but this one, boy, just went right into the wind. It just died on him. It does take a little bit of a Saints.
It's the wind, the silent killer. Okay. The reason I want a dome is because of the wind. I feel you. But yeah, the wind is the silent killer, y'all. It is. It sounds like good though. But yeah, the wind's the silent killer, man. We could talk about cold is one thing. I tell people who aren't from the cold weather areas a lot. The cold, like the temperature, when it's like 12 or like, I mean, like once it gets below 20, that's something else. But like 20 to like 45 is not really that huge of a difference. It's not the cold that matters. It is the wind. And look, if y'all don't want to build or put a dome on the stadium, okay, whatever. I disagree. I think I've exhausted that point. But do something about the damn wind. All right? Like, build it so it's not going to get super windy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't want. Falcons offense is so trash. How did we lose? Because our defense is trash. That's usually how that goes. But like, you know, I think we can all agree. If they're going to have us out in the cold, man, do something about the wind and put some heated seats in. I want heated seats in every seat. If you don't want to put the dome in, all right, spend the bread to make it warm for the people outside. You know what I mean? I want all the amenities. Heated seats. You know what I mean? I want heated koozies. I want the food to cost less. You know what I mean? If you're going to build a cold-ass stadium, at least let me be warm in that cold-ass stadium. Put the money in. You know what I mean? You want the snow effect? That's dope. Okay, I get it. You like the aesthetics and the perceived advantage. All right, man, but what's that got to do with me in my chair? You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to pay like $1,000 to sit in the lodge so I can have some warmth at the stadium. Nah, man, put some heated seats right there for everybody. 500 section 2. You know what I mean? For the people. We can all agree on that. I'm just saying. I'm trying to help y'all out. Y'all want to be cold? I know y'all want to be cold. People beers freezing out there. That's tragic.
This is Chubb trying to find the seam. Chubb will pick up 3, maybe 4 as we go back downstairs to Aditi.
Chaz, when we talked to Deshaun Watson a few weeks ago, he was saying that it was Kevin Stefanski's offense that he found so appealing. We asked him this week, is there anything that's different now that you've actually had 3 weeks with him? He said, I can't believe how much time Stefanski spends in the quarterback room. And Spiro, he said, when we asked Stefanski about it, he said he gets bored. He doesn't know who to hang out with if he doesn't get to be in
the room.
Yeah, he said life as a head coach can be lonely sometimes, so he'll duck in there as often as he can. But by all accounts, that relationship between Stefanski and Watson has been terrific so far. As Chubb just barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And we asked Deshaun, we met with him before the Houston game. He said when he was thinking about which team to sign for, it was such a whirlwind. But every team felt like a recruiting pitch except Cleveland. And part of that had to do with that first meeting with Stefanski. They just immediately hit it off. The money, of course, helped.
It always does.
It's been terrific.
Well, they just talked football. I mean, that was what they did in that meeting. They talked football. Kevin Stefanski showed Deshaun Watson how he would use him and how he would utilize his skill set.
Watson here from the
Got it. There we go. Big play. It's coming back. It might be. It's on us, but I'm wondering if it was after the first down or before it.
Offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty, third down.
God damn it.
Peoples-Jones.
Well, they tried to go and get Cooper coming all the way across on an over route. And Donovan Peoples-Jones tried to get a little pick, and he's in the slot. It's going to come across, and you're going to see right as he comes across the screen here. Now he's just got to get in the way and slow him down and get out of the way. When he makes contact, that's when they throw the penalty.
The officials deemed it too much, so 3rd and 16 after the penalty.
Oh,
goes underneath. This is Kareem Hunt. Hunt looking for some daylight. Hunt breaking tackles. Takes a hard lick.
I would go for that. I would go for that.
So he's just shy of the first down marker. Flag was thrown just in front of him. It's a run of 15 after the catch.
That was a late flag. I think you're going to see a block in the back on the Browns. It'll be an interesting decision for Dennis Allen. Do I take the penalty and back him up again, or do I leave him in 4th and short? I think he puts him in 4th and short, thinking they'll punt the ball. They wouldn't go for it here from inside their own 40.
That's the conversation right now happening in front of the Saints sideline. Dennis Allen ponders his decision here.
Part of that decision-making for Dennis Allen is how Kevin Stefanski has gone for it on 4th down.
Oh, so they accepted it?
Well, you can hear the wind whipping down through that microphone of Rodgers. Another look at the penalty.
Yeah, right at the bottom left of the screen. You're going to see late right there, just a little bit with hands, not much there.
You know what it's time for? This is time for an underthrown pass interference attempt. You know what I mean? Let's try to get that pass interference going right now. 3rd and 26, and the TV signal just went out.
Times on 4th down this year.
Oh, it's back.
And they have the most conversions in the NFL, 20 times, so you don't want to give them a 4th and short.
So Allen elects to take the penalty. Here's Chubb trying to get some of it back. Going airborne right around the 35-yard line, and Chubb, does he have it? No signal.
Why was it 3rd and 11?
Taking a look, and now they say first down, Cleveland.
Wow,
Well,
dog.
that decision backfired on Dennis Allen. You decide not to force him into 4th down and take the penalty and back him up 3rd and long. They hand it off to Chubb.
Q, I agree. If I was out there, my beer froze. That's a wrap. I'm going indoors. Yeah, you know what happens at a lot of these games too? Because I've been to these games. A bunch of people just be in the bathroom the whole game.
Good as Nick Chubb been over the last couple of seasons, just incredible. Chubb taking on tacklers.
Like the ideal of these games by people who don't go to them, talk about them on social media, because I've been to these games, dog, is, oh, we're going to go out there, braid the elements. What's going to happen is you're going to go down there. You might like it. Everybody else that you go with might hate it, and you end up alone, irritated because everybody in the little lodge area, or they're in the bathroom the whole game. Because anybody who's been to these games knows that there's like 45 people in the bathrooms just chilling the whole game, because the bathroom is the only warm part of the stadium when it's outdoors like this. Like, that happens, dog. By the way, I know that escalator ain't working to get you all the way up to 500, so you gotta walk that long ass ramp. Nah, man. Look, people act like just because I don't live there no more, I ain't been to the stadium. I've been there in these elements, dog, and it's a bunch of people in the bathroom right now. I bet money there's a bunch of people in the bathroom right now. Rex Fortune says, I don't like the walk from Mortgage to the car on Prospect. Also, the city would sue the Browns stadium more than 12 days a year. What are you talking about? I need clarification on what you just said. Oh, Kareem, Betty. What the hell?
Sensational push by that Saints.
Build the stadium in the snow belt, solve the wind problem, and you can have the snow and the cold.
General Manager Andrew Berry trying to get their
I mean, I guess. I feel like you got to do something with the actual structure of the stadium to stop the snow. And I don't want the stadium not to be downtown. I want the stadium to continue to be downtown. But did he catch that? Get the ball snap.
First down, Cleveland. They pick up 14.
Really tight coverage by Brandy Roby. He's right there. But a good throw by Watson and a nice catch.
Browns now going at tempo. This is Hunt trying to squeeze through a tight window. It's been interesting. Watson and Cooper haven't really been able to connect yet, find their chemistry. But what a dangerous duo those two can be eventually.
Well, Mark Cooper's just such a great route runner. You know, a game like this, it's not going to be a high volume game throwing the ball. But
Second and 9.
When you have an opportunity.
On second and 9, play action for Watson. Climbs the pocket and goes underneath to the check down. Middle nifty play to Hunt.
All right, 3rd and 10.
40-yard line gets close to the 38. Tyrann Mathieu, the old war horse from the back end of that Saints defense on the tackle, actually lose a yard in the play.
We set it up. That was the play. They were trying to take a shot and go to Cooper, but it was just excellent coverage. They're trying to go on a go route to Cooper, and you can see the great coverage downfield, and then Watson has to check that down. Now you got 3rd and long. I think you're in 2-down territory here. You're not going to kick a field goal even if you get it to the 30.
I wonder what Kate York's range is in this kind of weather.
Yeah, going this way.
Oh, they're going one high again.
25-yard field goal.
He's got a cannon of a leg, that first-year kicker for Cleveland. Watson, quick delivery. And he throws a strike as they complete it. That's Michael Woods, and now decision time for Kevin.
4th down, they going for it.
And I don't think there's much of a decision. This would be.
This ain't gonna be a. You're not making no 51 in these conditions.
Kevin Stefanski told us he'll communicate with Deshaun prior to 3rd down and tell him, hey, we're going to go for it here on 4th down, so you don't have to try to necessarily get the 1st down. You can get part of it and put us in a better situation for 4th down.
And take a time out here.
That conversation went on prior to that 3rd down throw.
They're taking the time out here. They're taking the time out.
With their offense still on the field. But right now, Deshaun Watson.
Are they taking a delay of game? Okay.
We'll take another timeout. So from right here, would have been about a 51-yard field goal. As they will continue the conversation down in front of that Brown sideline. Inside the NFL, the show The Pros Watch, Tuesday, streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Now Deshaun Watson, 4th straight start, trying to finish his first season in strong fashion. Tough Cleveland debut in Houston week 13, but gradual signs of improvement each of the last 2 weeks. Well, they dial up here for Watson on 4th and 5.
Well, you can look for Amari Cooper. Normally, you'd think this would be a great situation. Try and single up Amari Cooper. Let him use his excellent route running. They got him inside, in the slot. Now he's in motion. Okay, so they're in zone. No one traveled with him, giving him information.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, Watson's balling, y'all.
Justin Evans on the tackle. They pick up 21 as Watson threads the needle.
Everything about that play was excellent. The play design.
That was great throw. Oh my goodness, boy. What a throw.
Understanding their zone, knows where to go and sit down. Just a little bit of sliver of a void and a perfect throw by Deshaun Watson.
So Cooper with his third catch already.
Throw it out.
Watson probing the defense. Everyone covered, so Watson throws it out of bounds. Good pressure that time applied by.
My goodness, what a throw. Look at this throw. Fourth down. Great route. Broke him off. Boom. Way to wait.
Because the zone area is going to be open there. And Deshaun knows that I have to be on time and in rhythm. Both did their job very well.
Extended drive for the Browns. 15th play. They chewed up nearly 8 minutes of game clock. Back to the ground game.
Get downhill. Get downhill, Chubb. Get downhill.
Push with Granderson and nowhere to maneuver for Nick Chubb.
Come on, Nick.
As we move inside of 5 minutes, as the Saints desperately try to keep him out of the end zone.
So important for the Saints to do that because in a game like this with these conditions, you can't afford to get behind. You can't throw the ball to get back in a game like this. And going up against this Browns team who they come in, they want to run the ball, they want to control the clock. If they get a lead, they can certainly lean on you and do that.
So some long extended scoring drives orchestrated by Watson last week in their 13-3 win over the Ravens here in Cleveland. And they've got one going right here. 3rd and 10. Watson thought about climbing the pocket. He's got all day to throw, but everyone's covered at 5.
Got him. Oh, he dropped it.
It is dropped in the end zone. Cooper headed for 6.
Oh.
Amari Cooper was wide open. Nobody was around him in the back of that end zone. Finally, Deshaun Watson finds him. You're going to see him come open and watch Cooper just kind of slip right here and fall and not be able to bring that in.
Watson can't believe it. Where you think back a couple of weeks ago,
Okay, you're going to miss this shit. I'm not.
Before he atoned and made those big plays down the stretch for Cleveland.
Come on, Kay.
Victory here against Tampa Bay back in week 12. And boy, he's going to be thinking about that one for the next couple of minutes. Cade York comes on and able to salvage 3 points as he kicks it in from 30 yards out. Good snap, good hold by Bojorquez, and it's 10-0 Cleveland on CBS.
Hey, man. Watson cooked on that drive, dog. Watson cooked. They went like, 80 yards on that drive? Watson was cooking. Like, they was like giving him nothing on third downs all drive, and he was just third and long. And then I think Nick Chubb got that 10-yard run early in the drive, and that really just sprung it up. Yeah, man, we seeing why they traded for him. We are seeing why they traded for him in the football sense. That man is balling. That man is balling, dog. Let me go set up some stuff real quick. Nah, but again, this is another one of those games where it's like you got to watch football and not read it because I don't know what the statistics look like for them. Pretty pedestrian, 7-12, no passing touchdowns. But boy, oh boy, that boy been balling. If you've been watching this game, you know Watson been balling. Capital B balling, dog.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Coop slipped. That's the only reason he got 14 right now, man. Coop slipped.
Well, it's not only Aditi who's braving the elements down under the field. We want to tip our cap to our incredible crew of camera operators. Mike Bro, Jared Hinson, Brett Corin, Nate Nadolski, Dave Ross, Nick Spears, Cecil West, Dave Stolen. And up here in the booth, he's a little bit toastier with us, but James Christopher doing his thing. He's been with us all season.
Look at that wind.
Happy holidays from our family to yours. Short kick fielded by
Hey.
Heat.
Now you gotta play strategic here. Use your timeouts. You only got one though. God damn it.
Well, the Saints have spent the month of December giving back to their community. Tyrann Mathieu took a wish list from 10 families and sponsored their Christmas gifts. Camp Jordan surprised a bunch of kids who had over a GPA of 3.0 from the Youth Empowerment Project, gave them all sneakers. And Chris Olave handed out holiday gifts at an event he hosted for the Boys and Girls Club. Just tremendous initiative. Tyrann Mathieu, of course, grew up in New Orleans, Center City, raised by his grandparents. Such an incredible story. And well done by him and his teammates. Dalton to the air as they begin their drive, now in a 10-point hole as he finds Shaheed.
Well, you got 4-minute offense here. Saints get the ball after halftime, so they love to drive down and try to get some points, and then get the ball back and try to get back in the game. They are going into the win, so really to get a field goal attempt, you got to try to get down to at least the 25-yard line.
Andy Dalton now comes off the field, so Taysom Hill back on. We've seen Hill a number of times, almost primarily from the gun. I beg your pardon. Yes, it is Hill now. Quarterback takes the direct snap. Hill finding his seam. That's his first big play. Crosses the 40, close to the 45-yard line. Reggie Ragland finally on the tackle, but Hill, as unique a player, Jay, as there is in the NFL, triple threat Taysom Hill. As he is in some pretty unique category, triple-digit career touchdowns in those three big categories.
And up until this year, there was this question: is he a quarterback? Is he another position? I think they figured out how to utilize him the best as a threat, as a runner, as a threat as a quarterback, being able to throw the ball. You saw the big 68-yard throw and catch to Rashid last week.
Come on. You gotta read the option there.
Gets downhill inside Cleveland territory, taking on
It's cool. It's not like that's field goal.
There's a marker thrown right at the end of the play, right around the area where they tackled Hill.
There's no way.
It's a run of 16.
There's no way. There's no way.
This is what Taysom
They
Hill
not calling that.
is run the ball.
Defense, 15-yard penalty. First down.
It's Tony Fields. And suddenly the Saints are in business.
Oh, he made helmet contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Right in the ear hole.
And it's tough.
Man, Tony Fields always be doing some dumb shit. Jerry Winkler says, Merry Christmas. Let's get it stopped with a $20 super bomb. Appreciate you, Jerry. Appreciate the holiday thoughts.
Good shape. Now you're on the verge of field goal range. You want to desperately try to get in there and get a touchdown and get back in this game.
Lone setback is David Johnson. Dalton back in under center on first down. All three timeouts left for the Saints, plus the 2-minute warning. Johnson trying to move the pile to get close to the 20-yard line. We'll see if the Saints will take this down to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, I'm sure they.
David Johnson. His career was like Fetty Wap's rap career. You know what I mean? Like, David Johnson had a hot couple seasons. And then you never heard of David Johnson again after that. That same thing that happened with Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap had the largest of bangers in 2014? Like Come My Way, Trap Queen, everywhere. I ain't never heard a Fetty Wap song after that. Maybe the Save That Money song with Lil Dicky in it. But outside of that, like, when's the last time you heard of Fetty Wap? David Johnson, his NFL career is the exact same as Fetty Wap's rap career. They are twins.
Take picture.
2 doors detected. Text to stage.
Hey, man, Fetty Wap had some stuff going on. You know what I mean? Like, that's why he could have dropped them bangers. But, like, it still ain't matter, dog. It still ain't matter. Like, had them hot seasons, hot albums. Then David Johnson never was the same again. You know what I mean? But remember them 2 years where everybody was drafted David Johnson #1 overall in fantasy football? All right, man. Mad Max Trader. Rap is terrible. Put you in timeout, dog. I don't know why you felt the need to let everybody know that you didn't like rap. This wasn't about you. Why are you trying to make this about you? We out here talking about Fetty Wap. We obviously appreciate the rap arts. Fetty Wap did not pass away. He's alive. Is he? No, I just saw him on like a DJ Academics thing. Fetty Wap is alive. Who put that in chat? DC Young Fly? No, DC Young Fly had a career though. You know what I mean? Like he made a career out those vines. You know, I wouldn't say David Johnson was a 1-year wonder, but he was a couple years and out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we need to have a term for that. Like Peyton Hillis. Well, who's Peyton Hillis? If I had to compare him to a musical act, Peyton Hillis. I'm going to get back to y'all on that one.
And by Lowe's. Let's tackle home together this year.
Fetty in jail. Yeah, he not dead. He just in jail. And he's out. He been out. He only went to jail for like 4 months or something like that.
It's awesome. I get choked up watching those. Thank you to every service man and woman providing the freedoms that we have here today.
Indeed. Happy holiday.
Could you imagine she would have said no to that proposal in -2 degrees weathers?
Receiving now 3 snaps on the Wildcat.
You know how like cold it is when you just cold, sad, and crying? Like, dog, them tears is not warming you up. You know what I mean? That's a bold choice by that gentleman. I'm glad it worked out for him because that could have went real wrong.
Carmichael dial up here with Dalton on the field.
And you see Andy Dalton coming back in. This is a play where I would think you had Taysom Hill. Like, you had 2 great runs with Hill at quarterback because he gives you the numbers advantage. You got Andy Dalton under center here.
Andy done dropped a couple of these snaps.
4 of 9, 35 yards, and that 1 pick off the deflection.
Nah, they got it.
Again to the fullback. This is Prentice on his second take, and that's going to be a first down for the Saints.
They got to hurry up, though.
3 timeouts left.
Well, they got 3 timeouts.
Time is not really your enemy right now. You have a minute left. You want to bleed this clock as much as you can and try to score, not leave any time left for the Browns.
Andy Dalton once again comes off. Fresh set of downs for the Saints as we are inside of a minute left before halftime.
Now we see Taysom Hill back at quarterback. Now he moves over. We saw this a second ago. Kamara gets the snap.
Hill, the lead blocker. Kamara inside the 10, gets close to the 7. Now Dennis Allen will take his first timeout with
Hillis is Biz Marquee.
in his first half. In Cleveland, Browns up.
Ain't nobody happy to see Peyton Hillis though. Like, he's not one of those one-hit wonders that's likable. He was an asshole. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, wasn't that the whole problem the next year is that he thought he was like a superstar after he got the Madden cover? Like, he was beefing with Josh Cribbs or something like that. Like, nah, man, he was he's like there's not a good example of him. I can't think of one without throwing somebody under the bus. Designer? Y'all called this man the designer? I like designer. I ain't gonna do designer like that, man. Look, I was a believer in designer when that first dropped. All right? Like, when Panda first dropped and then he hit Timmy Turner, I'm like, you know what? He's got something here. He's more in the Fetty Wap category. Designer had a couple of songs. You know what I mean? He had a couple of songs. Lou Bega, Mambo number 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. Now y'all arguing about Madden. I just want NCAA to come out. That's what I'm waiting for. Is that NCAA game? I want to be able to I want to be able to either select my Penguins or build my Penguins up into a Big 12 power and then move the Youngstown State Penguins into the SEC and win like 4 national championships. That's what I want to do. All right. That's what I hope to accomplish, is create my FCS dreams true. I hope I can start in the FCS, win the FCS championship, then move myself up, do the suspension year where you can't play in bowls, come back, play in the bowls, get elevated. Like, I'm trying to do a 10-year cycle on NCAA football. Hell, I might even stream it if y'all want to watch it. But when that NCAA game comes out when I'm 45, because that seems to be the track that they're on, I'm going to play it. It might be on PS12, but I'm going to play it.
As Week 16 continues, it's all next on the Verizon Halftime Report. I'm sure we... 2nd and 4, Jay with 2 timeouts.
Peyton Hillis is Vanilla Ice? That might be accurate. That's a good one, Chad. That's a good one.
You think that with Taysom Hill in there at quarterback right now, you're probably going to run again.
No, sir.
Hill trying to find the edge. Well played. And that defensive front fired up. Reggie Ragland making first contact.
Not calling a timeout, so the clock is running. Now, you could get a first down without getting a touchdown, so you want to make sure now they finally call it.
So a couple of extra seconds.
Is Darius Allen a good coach? He's doing some questionable shit. That's what I'm saying. It feels real questionable up in here, what he's doing. Man, I'm glad that they doing something. I'm glad that they winning in y'all out there, dog. Because imagine being cold and miserable out there, dog. Nobody would be in there after a while. Fetty was a couple of albums and he owned the whole music scene. I thought Trap Queen and Come My Way were on the same album. Were there more songs? No, he had more. Hold on, let me go through the Fetty Wap discography. Let's go through Spotify.com/this is Fetty Wap and see what's going on there. All right, let's see what's going on with Fetty. Oh, 679. That was a heat. That was heat. Again, My Way and Trap Queen. Was that 2 albums? 679 was a single though. It wasn't another album. So he had a summer plus a year. Right? And I feel like that's what David Johnson had.
See if Juwan Johnson is on the end of the line on the left. That's where he was. Nope, they switched it up. Yeah, Juwan Johnson's there on the end of the line. Penning on the right. So going to jumbo to the right.
Hill from the gun. Hill on 3rd down. Breaking the initial tackle, but he's buried. At the 5-yard
Go for it. Go for it, New Orleans, you cowards. Go for it.
Just going to let this thing run down. Yeah, or they'll take their last time out and get Lutz a chance.
4th and 2, so you want to get the points here. You want to get 3 points, make it a 1-score game. Get something positive for your team going into halftime.
Ooh, that win is crazy, man.
Like we mentioned, they get the ball coming out at the beginning of the second half here in the Saints field.
Jay, take us into the mind of the kicker here. This normally a chip shot, but with the weather, with the wind, what are you thinking about?
The biggest key for Will Lutz is just to be committed to your line right here. We watched him warm ups. A number of the ball just gets swatted away, going this way. You know, but it's so close that you don't think that this is their. And, hey, I don't want to be out here kicking to you.
This
No,
is
I
a
want
pregame
this. Poor
warm-ups.
rookie's like, this isn't what I need. I need makes. I need to keep my job. It's tough, and you just have to embrace that. But I think right here, it's so short, it's not going to have enough time to really impact it. So aim down the middle, just hit a good ball, and you should be fine.
Lutz, a Pro Bowl kicker, 23-yard
They got it.
attempt. Makes it look easy. And he's got the Saints their first points as we reach halftime here in Cleveland. 10-3 Browns as we are 2 quarters complete. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
Tis the season to switch to Verizon. It's your last chance to get our best deal.
Overall, I'm happy. I think you've only had 4 possessions offensively. You scored on 2 of them. Good. Defensively, they only scored on 1 possession out of like 4 or 5. I'm happy with that. I'm going to get into the analysis of the game. I got to eat something, so I'm going to move the microphone away, put a different game on so y'all can hear, so I can eat a little bit. What game's on right now? It's Cincinnati's playing.
I got your back. It's been Dusty. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.
24 completions for Joe Burrow, the most he has had in any half in his career. 3rd down and 8, 1 minute to go, first half.
They're going to put P-Rod up there for pass protection, and he's got on the backside Chase one-on-one area.
Burrow comes it, extending his Tyler Boyd for a first down. Whatever they need, they get just enough.
And how about the read by Burrow? He had the one-on-one on the backside with Chase, and then they doubled him, so he came off of him and went back to Boyd.
Burrow through the air once again. P-Rod goes down to the 20-yard line. 30-yard hiccup. Now timeout call. We're going to spot it just short of the 20.
First charge timeout. Second charge timeout. Cincinnati. There's a 30-second timeout. Tyler, please put 35 seconds on the game clock. 35.
So they'll tack on 3 seconds. 8 different receivers have caught at least 1 pass today for Cincinnati. Coming up, Verizon halftime report. JB and the gang. The latest NFL scores and highlights all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. It's week 16 in the NFL. You've got the Cincinnati Bengals playing at a very high level right now. Chance to maybe even get that number 1 seed in the AFC. New England entered action today at 7-7, still alive, currently the 8th spot in the AFC. If they won their last 3 games, they would get in to the postseason for the 19th time in the last 22 years. But they have the toughest remaining schedule in the league. 35 seconds to go, 2nd down and 6. Winding down here in the 2nd.
Bengals might score again.
Higgins. Works his way inside the 5. There's a lot of cushion there.
Charge timeout.
But he's like a power forward playing wide receiver.
Timeout.
When he catches the ball, watch how he catches it, and then notice the time before anyone comes into contact with it. They're contemplating that whole deal. They take a look. It's like LeBron James on a fast break. It's like a one-way train. Do I want to get involved? Do I want to go and meet this guy? T. Higgins with that kind of presence. And by the way, he was a tremendous high school basketball player in the state of Tennessee.
Out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, then a star at Clemson. To Maurice Higgins, known as T. 1st and goal, Cincinnati. The most completions by any quarterback in a half this season, it's Joe Burrow. He's got 27 today. Shotgun. Burrow. Whoops it. Dropped by Higgins.
Higgins dropped that.
Jones in coverage for New England.
And I think you nailed it on that one. That one looked like it was right in the breadbasket of Higgins. Did Jonathan Jones have an effect on it? Just a tad, maybe, then with the inside arm, and Higgins couldn't get the second arm up quick enough in order
What
to
Atlanta
get the
doing?
catch was brought to his body.
Charles, they are running their
0-14.
47th play of this first half. New England has 15 plays.
Those are college football numbers on in today's football. They're running this many offensive plays in a half.
Oh, you got him.
Second and goal. Burrow will throw it through the back of the end zone.
They trade avoided the sack, avoided the loss of yardage, just got rid of it in a place where there would be no harm to his team. We got Dietrich Wise, number 91, with right in his mug.
So it's third and goal for Cincinnati. 299 yards of offense in the first half.
Haven't seen an inside screen to a wide receiver. Got
All right.
up to the top. If you want to run it, that's where it would go.
Burrow on third and goal.
He got it.
He hits Irwin.
All right, so the Bengals are just absolutely destroying the Patriots. Ravens are up 14-0 to the Falcons. Falcons, they got no hope because they got no offense right now. Browns are up 10-3 versus the Saints. Offensively, look, they started off slow, and here's how this thing's going to go, man. When they have the ball, I would say in the fourth quarter, in the second, they'll be able to throw the ball and do what they want to offensively. Third quarter, though, they're going to have to play defense, right? Because they're going to have to win against them. The offense isn't going to be able to move the ball. This is all about wind control. The wind is dominating this game. When the wind's not a factor, when we're driving with it, we're able to do everything we want to do. When the wind is a factor and we're driving against it, we're not able to do any of the things that we want to do. This team has shifted from a run-first team to a pass-first team. They are much more successful when they throw the ball. It just is what it is. When they're playing through Deshaun Watson, they are much more successful than when they're playing through Nick Chubb, which is no slight to Nick Chubb. It's just an adjustment that needs to be made because everybody is kind of trying to stop Nick Chubb. So when they have the wind, they will be fine. When they don't, they will struggle. So that's what's going to be. That's what's going to be. For the Browns defense, they got the turnover. Hopefully they get another one. And whatever can get the Saints off the field, just don't let them in the end zone. If you don't let the Saints in the end zone, I think you're fine. I don't think they're going to give you – I don't think they have 3 more scoring possessions in them in this condition. And if they don't get field goals, if that's all they get is field goals, then that's going to be. But if you give up touchdowns, then that's a problem. So, I see this easily as – why isn't the O-line dominating on daily? I told you, the Browns' problems with the offensive line had a lot less to do with just Ethan Posick and a lot more to do with overall health. Like, straight up. Also, they're keying in on the run. The game's going to change a little bit. They got to make some adjustments. They got to play better. They got that reputation by being the best in the league. Right now, they're living off that reputation for sure, but they need to get back to that level. 2 4-10 teams playing on Christmas. Who the hell is going to stop their Christmas day for that? Dog, come on.
Every week.
Hey, let me get some water. Get ready for the second half. Let me know what y'all thinking, right? What do you think needs to change in the game plan for the second half in chat? Let me know how y'all feeling, what y'all want to see more of. I got y'all here. Yeah, I don't know how Baker Mayfield came up. I didn't bring him up. I might have talked about him when I was like, why is he on national TV? But that was like an hour ago, dog. When they showed the commercial. But yes, I don't know what's going on with chat. I asked y'all what y'all think they're gonna do it. Why are we talking about Baker Mayfield? All right, but anyways, I think next year for these watch parties, and I might try it out on the Cavs channel, I want to bring in guests. You know what I mean? I want to have guests in, have people kind of like kick it. Might be what I want to do. Might make this a little bit more fun. Also allow me to eat without being a focus of attention. Silent Wolf says, all I want for Christmas is a win. That's a noble wish. Hopefully you get it, man. If you're a Browns fan. If you're a Saints fan, then not. But I'm pretty sure you're a Browns fan. You know what I mean? Just some improvements in general. I like to make some adjustments and some improvements to the product every year. So if you have suggestions, constructive suggestions, please drop them in chat for things that could be better for the live stream experience, things that could be better for the regular video experience, because right about this time is where I start, doing my post-mortem and, trying to see what I'm going to fix for next year. Yeah, the Bengals are playing really well. Iron Man. The Saints get the ball to start the third. Excuse me. Oh, man. No, we wouldn't. We would have 14 points. All right, let's see if we're about to be ready to be back on this game, y'all.
Discovery Plus. Stream for $4.99.
Don't nobody want no damn Discovery Plus, man. Ain't a single thing on Discovery Plus I'm trying to watch. Like, what is on Discovery Plus? Why did they try? Not everybody needs to try to sell a streaming service, man. Some of y'all ain't got it, man. Some of y'all just ain't got it.
Second half between the Browns and...
Like, look, I'll get Disney Plus. They got some good shit on there. Netflix still got some good shit on there. Hulu, they got all the TV stuff on there. HBO Max got some heat. Not gonna lie, HBO Max got some heat. But after that, dog, I'm free trialing that shit or I'm stealing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. It's too much, man. I gotta get Paramount Plus to watch these episodes and then gotta get HBO Max for the other episodes. And it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Like, why everybody need to have a streaming service? It was all good when we was just all on Netflix, man. Everybody got greedy, wanted to get their hand in the pot. Now you got to steal 5 different logins, have 8 different group texts just to be able to watch TV. Like, the question of where can I stream this should not be that difficult, man. You know what I mean? It should not be that difficult. Where can I stream this? And you got to go read first of all, you got to read a blog that got like 8 ads in it, and it's like, it's a whole mess.
And Pete Carmichael for the Saints. New Orleans football begin. This is Shaheed trying to find a seam. Crosses the 30-yard line.
All right, defense.
Position for New Orleans.
Let's lock up.
Georgia about where the Saints sit and begin the weekend just one game off the pace in that NFC South behind Tampa Bay. Buccaneers will be in action tomorrow night in Arizona.
Both of these teams, Spirit, know they have to win out to have any kind of chance. So there should be desperation for both of of these squads in the second half here.
Andy Dalton, if you've just joined us, 4-9, just 35 yards and a pick, which came off a deflection and really was not on his shoulders in that first half. They begin on the legs of Kamara. Takes on a hard hit, crosses the 40, and an 8-yard sprint. Good drive starter for the Saints. Weather just has been incredible. Unlike anything I've experienced, Jay, you've seen a lot more football than I have. Single-digit temperatures, but the real feel feels like it's 15 below zero. Jay, there are fans, and then there are Cleveland Browns fans.
Yeah, if you're here watching this game, I applaud you. That takes some guts.
Saints 5-9, trying to keep their dimming playoff hopes alive until they got one last week at home against Atlanta.
Ooh, good tackle.
Only needed 2, which is barely trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Good tackle. Let's get him off the field here.
Kamara, the 5-time Pro Bowler. 5 straight between 17 and 21. Third one.
It's just so hard when both teams know that you have to run the ball and you're not successful. Andy Dalton 4 for 9, 35 yards and then 1 interception. It's tough because you're going to stack the line. You see Cleveland with everybody up here. Now you got 1 safety deep, 8 guys within 8 yards of the box.
Oh, you got that.
Kamara, first down Saints. Kamara looking for more. Ducks inside Browns territory. Tony Fields finally on the tackle, but not before he gashes him for 14.
Couple nice blocks on the right side of that offensive line.
Stop and peek. If you think that the stadium would be that empty, even in these circumstances where the team is under 500, if it was like 45 degrees out there, you're drunk, dog. You're drunk. Like, the cold clearly has an effect on the weather and the attendance. What are we arguing about there?
He who left this game with an ankle injury. Back to the airways they go. Dalton finding Shaheed, who's brought down right after the catch.
Like, why do people act like it's only the record that's affecting the stadium attendance? Okay, yeah, the record affects the stadium attendance. You know what else affects the stadium attendance? It's cold, dog. Like, that's another thing that adds on top of why you would not want to go. Because if it was 75 degrees, that stadium would be about 3/4 full. Because ain't nobody got nothing else to do.
All right, Brad Rogers picks up the flag.
And part of the struggles for Andy Dalton in throwing the ball with the Saints.
But it's that empty because it's that cold, my guy. Like, that there's no denying that.
And then Chris Olave, the rookie, has just been so good. He's got 63 receptions, 940 yards. And
right, let me just ignore him.
He's been your offense throwing the ball this year. And then you add in Juwan Johnson and what he's been able to do, especially in the red zone.
Speaking of the Devils, split out wide, top of your picture, with Hill now on the field. So Andy Dalton, his wide receiving core featuring 3
get him off the field here.
Guys. Of course, the emergence
35.
Need. Now he's got to deal with the weather. Tough set of circumstances for Andy Dalton.
Well, that's why it's so important not to continue to fall behind. They get the field goal before halftime. To have this drive here, this is a big third down. I would kind of figure they're in 2-down territory as long as they don't go backwards. If you pick up a yard or 2, probably go for it here on 4th down.
Third and 5. Dalton protected, completes. First down and more. It's Shaheed. Running the crosser, and Dalton throws a strike.
Just a deep crossing route.
That man called a 6-yard mesh underthrow a strike. This is how brazen the conditions are. That man called a mesh under 3-yard pass a strike. He said that was a strike. It was a 3-yard pass in the air. And I don't blame him because honestly, it's one of the deeper balls been thrown for them all game.
All season long for the Saints. This is Hill breaking free. Taysom Hill now starting to lean on that Cleveland defense.
Well,
Finally forced out by John Johnson.
Spirit, here's why they do it, because you bring Hill in and he can just come around the end, and because he's a quarterback as a runner, you have a numbers advantage. Nice blocking down, you bring two guys around.
Greg, play your leverage.
He can take care of anybody who's free.
Play contain, my bad, not leverage. Play contain.
Anytime your quarterback can run the ball, it just creates a numbers advantage for that offense, especially when you have somebody.
You saw it was a wild card run. Why are you playing the inside? A wildcat. Greg.
Ducks inside the 10-yard line. And suddenly some efficiency from the Saints offense.
Yeah, an important drive. You know, you're down 10-0. You get that ball. 4 minutes would go in the first half. You drive all the way down. A nice drive. You get some rhythm offensively. A couple good runs. Kick a field goal. Now you put a second drive together. You're trying to get back in this game.
And Jay, how huge is that last hold and stop at the end of the first half loom for the Saints defense?
We always talk about the double dip, right? Before halftime, go on, get a score, and they get the ball again. This Browns offense hasn't been on the field.
Read option play. This is Taysom Hill, and he bangs it in for the Saints touchdown. 8 yards on the run by Hill, and the Saints on the verge of tying this game.
Just a physical run. Puts the ball into Kamara's belly, pulls it out, then watch him just put his shoulder down. That's 5 yards where he's got 4 guys hanging on him, and Taysom Hill will not be denied.
4 different Cleveland Browns defenders had a chance. And Taysom Hill taking them all on. Point after by Lutz. 10 unanswered for New Orleans. Taysom Hill, that physical running style, and the Saints back from 10 down. We're tied in Cleveland.
Yeah, boy, the Browns, man. Told you to take the over, though. I told you to take the over. Told you to take the over. Everybody acted like just because it's cold, the Browns defense going to start playing defense. It's crazy to me. Them boys can't stop the run. Them boys can't stop the run. Still can't stop the run. I mean, to be fair, like, I bet it's fairly difficult to tackle coming out of halftime and you all cold and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to judge anybody's heart, all right? Because you know what? I ain't got enough heart to be outside right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even trying to be outside in that. So they're playing football in that. So, like, they got enough heart. I don't think anybody's not tough, okay? It's just they stink at it, dog. Like, it's not about toughness. They just stink at it. It's not about want to. It's just that the Browns stink at it. They've stunk at it all year. They've stunk at it for a while now. Why are we acting like this is anything other than they just stink? Them boys just stink. We know this defense stink. Every week, we sit here and have a moment like this where we say, hey, man, the defense stinks. Because they stink. They just stink, man. Like, ain't nothing I can do about it at this point. Like, man, you could, yeah, I'm not going out there, dog. They don't pay me. They don't pay everybody on that field millions of dollars a game. What you talking about? I'll just miss the game. Most of them dudes getting paid like $50K for that game. Like, nah, man. Like, game checks is not $1 million per game unless you're making $17 million a year. And even then, if it's not in your signing bonus, your game check not going to be $1 million. After taxes, millions. No, the only dude making millions to play this game and his game check, it's not even Deshaun because he's only getting $1 million base salary this year. Nah, dog. Nah. You could catch me next week, my guy. I'm calling in work sick this week. I'm not going out there. You not going out there. None of y'all going out there. Like that, that's crazy. This defense just stinks, man. I'm good, dog.
10 unanswered. And we are all tied here in Cleveland.
And then let's not forget, it's not just like football you playing. It's like NFL football. That hurts regardless. And then you getting hit on that hard ground. Nah, man. Let me tell you, one of y'all would take one play, get hit real hard, and never play football again. I'm just letting y'all know. I know most of chat thinks they built like that. I'm letting you know you are not. You would take one hit by these dudes in this weather, and you would never touch a football again. Ever. Because them dudes is maniacs out there.
31.
Yeah, everybody playing football outside, but like, yeah, maybe in high school when you're going against high school athletes, not in the NFL. Let's not compare the NFL to stuff that you know. You don't know. Like, it's going to hurt way more than any football you've played. Okay, keep it. Nah. Y'all would do one block engagement with somebody, be like, nah, bro, I'm done. I'm done.
Woke up Sunday morning and took out his trash, thinking it was Monday. But then quickly gathered himself.
Appreciate that he's the one taking the trash out of his house.
That was impressive.
Got to stay humble. He was a head coach in the NFL.
Stefanski trying to get this Cleveland franchise back into the playoffs. And it is an uphill climb. Needing to win out and then some help. Watson again.
Good throw, good catch.
Underneath, this is Chubb. First down and more on the catch and run out across the 40.
Play our game.
Set of bounds there by Chase Hansen. Who steps into a bigger role with some of the injuries that they have at linebacker, namely no Pete Werner for the Saints.
Yeah, he's a big loss because he is playing at a Pro Bowl level. When he's in there, they're a different offense. Now, Ellis has played really well. In place of him, they have talent at that linebacker position, but Werner's a big loss.
Oh, good run.
Watson starting to pick up some steam now. Gets just inside Saints territory. They pick up 9, but this has been the biggest part of the story for the Saints. Just decimated specifically, Jay, on that side of the football.
Yeah, and this is a team that the defense has led this team. That has been why they've had success over the last couple of years, is because of this defense, and the injuries have caused it to struggle this year. They have not played as well as they wanted. They certainly haven't gotten the turnovers, that they are used to. 18 interceptions the last 2 years, only 3 this year.
Here's Chubb.
The first down.
Lowers that shoulder, specifically the run defense, which has been
Got a super chat from Rex who says Q is the avatar of Batman slapping Robin meme. Much needed many a time. I don't mean to like crush people's imagination and nothing like that, but I just feel like we think playing this NFL football is like fun and not very painful, and it is fun if you are built to play NFL football. But look, a lot of y'all like me sitting on this couch, and let me tell you, if you sit on this couch with me, you're not built for it. Oh, God damn it, Kareem! God damn it! Go for it. There's no reason. That's not unnecessary roughness.
right up the gut.
I knew the second Cam ate the center.
That's a huge stop. I mean, just watch this inside, get penetration, and create a wall where Hunt has nowhere to go. You get the pressure inside, you get...
Y'all was blaming Yodi this whole time. It ain't just Yodi, dog. Third down, fourth down, let's go for it. No, why are we punting?
How good has Cam Jordan been over the years for this defense? Huge play.
Why, dog? Kevin, like, why now?
So starting to pick up some steam. A tremendous field position.
I guess.
And Shaheed taking a knee.
All right. Well, if you get him off the field, it doesn't matter if you punt it or not.
1 yard to the punt line for Marquez. All tied on CBS.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools to make holiday magic, especially when it comes to getting the perfect gift. For all those project-doing, technology-loving, holiday hosting, tool organizing, woodshop working people in your life. And gifts for everyone else in between. Only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Like, oh man, Kareem, dog. What's going on with Kareem? Kareem just not good no more. Kareem is cooked. Sad for him. He never really got paid, but like, hey man, there's a reason. Yeah, Kareem, I feel like he's playing hard. He just lost a step. Or maybe he's like being told to be more patient. Mike Bennett, appreciate the super chat.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot. How doers get more done. T-Mobile. Coverage beyond the expected. And by Sonic. This is how we Sonic.
So this is Andy Dalton's 18th meeting against the Browns and the 11th different quarterback that he has faced. And it was interesting, we asked him to name all 10. He did pretty good. He got 8 of them. I was stunned. He needed a couple of hints, Deshaun Kaiser and Cody Kessler, but that, I have to say, that was impressive. As we rejoin you from Cleveland on this Christmas Eve, just off Lake Erie, Saints.
Corey Johnson says, all ready for Christmas Q. I'm wrapping presents while I listen, always procrastinating. Damn, man. You got the kids out the house, or do you just not have kids? So it might just be a not have kids situation, but yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on the procrastination game. You know, sometimes I fall into that camp myself. Appreciate the super chat, Corey. Appreciate the super chat, Corey.
2nd and 6. No Chris Olave, no Jarvis Landry for the Saints.
You haven't seen Taysom Hill throw a ball yet. Every time he moves over now, you got Kamara under center.
Takes the direct snap, taking on tacklers. As he crosses the 15-yard line. And that clock running. You expected this game to go quickly with all the running from both teams, as we are now 5 and change left. And a big 3rd and 2 coming up.
Didi appreciates that down on the sideline.
Didi as tough as they come. Working the sidelines for us. And with real field temperature 15 below 0 if you just hopped on with us.
We haven't called Myles Garrett a lot. Obviously not a lot of passing situations. He's just waiting to gain great pass rushers, run the ball.
Hey, good stop. Grant Delpit, dog. Grant Delpit. Every time.
Among the tacklers.
He's a box safety.
Delpit made a nice play. So did Deion Jones. Watch 54 come in here late. Get in the backfield. Here you try to get Kamara up. Here comes Delpit. He's in there. There's Deion Jones coming in from the other side. They need up the running back for a big stop for that Browns defense.
And Jordan Elliott also there for the Browns. So Delpit had the pick earlier. And a first down saving tackle there. Donovan Peoples-Jones dangerous in the return game. Jones breaking the initial tackle, crosses the 40-yard line. And Deshaun Watson will have good field position for a 2nd straight drive. But can they generate some points? 53 yards on the punt by Gillikin.
Let's see what's going on. Oh, Atlanta just scored 3 points. They got the ball. They might be coming back on Baltimore. That's something to watch. The Browns need for whatever the Browns' playoff dreams are. They need Baltimore to lose. Baltimore to lose, or like what? The Chargers? I don't know, man. I'm not really overly into it. Like, if we get to week 17 and the Browns got a chance, then we got something to talk about. But until then, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Yeah, and Cincinnati is beating absolutely everything out of New England, 22-0. Interesting thing in that game, Joe Burrow's thrown the ball like 40 times already in the first half. That's an interesting thing to happen, especially in the conditions that game's being played in. It's weird. There's more to look in there than just that.
But I can see you getting in front of the couch. Oh, we'll be watching. Check that out. After we have a big old snowball fight back in Michigan, if I make it back. Took me a little while to get down here.
All right, the wins against them.
James Travel, the Woes. For anyone follows him on social media, good to have you here next to us, partner, in the booth. First and 10 as they begin just outside the 40-yard line. Watson climbs the pocket. Underneath, there's a marker thrown from the backfield to Nick Chubb. Hayden Ellis on the tackle.
Holding offense, number 78.
Well, this drive ain't going nowhere.
First down.
It's Jack Conklin.
This drive is not going nowhere now.
And he's frustrated because it looks like he slips. Look at the top of the screen. Conklin doesn't grab him and rip him down. It just looks like he slips. You know, he's like, what can I do? Passano was coming in, and he slips, and I got hands inside. He falls down, and you call me. Jack Conklin wasn't happy with that call.
Well, it's been a good week for Conklin. The reports yesterday was 4-year contract extension worth north of $60 million, and also selected this week as a Pro Bowl alternate. 10-yard penalty.
Good run, Chubb.
This is Chubb trying to get some of it back.
We got it about 2nd and 8.
Takes a hard hit. Daniel Sorensen and Tyrann Mathieu on the tackle. One injury update defensively for the Saints. Justin Evans questionable to return with a shoulder injury. He made the start for Marcus May, and so now they're starting to get a little more thin during that back end.
That's why Sorensen's in there and playing now. He's got a lot of veteran experience, been with the Chiefs for a long time, so he knows how to go out there and play and understand this defense and what his coordinator wants him to do.
And of course, the Saints playing a 10th straight game without the services of Marshawn Lattimore.
Ah, tip ball. Ooh. Deshaun got cracked there.
Always seem to be Johnny on the spot with the Chiefs. Doesn't waste time putting his imprint on this game.
Deshaun Watson had a lot of time in the pocket. This ball was a little inside. Bell didn't get across as quick as...
Man, David Bell didn't get to his freaking spot. He wasted too much time on his release. It's going to happen in a game like this. All right, defense got to make this 3.
I talked about it earlier. They only had 3 interceptions on the year. That's their 4th interception. It's a team that had 18 interceptions the last 2 years.
13th pick of his career. 35 yards on the return by Sorensen. And what a quickly this game has turned for the Saints. Taysom Hill. Minimal pickup on first down. As suddenly Cleveland playing on its heels.
sudden change. You got to come out as a defense. Your offense throws an interception. Come out here and get a stop. Force them to kick a field goal. Nothing guaranteed in the kicking game in this kind of conditions. So as a defensive unit, Joe Wood's got to find a good call and try and come up with a stop. It's the Saints offense.
Taysom Hill stays on the field on 2nd and 9. They give to Kamara. Slips inside the 15-yard line. And that clock running, we come up with the final 2 minutes. Tackled in the play by Taven Bryant. 3rd and 8.
That was a nice play to get penetration, get in there, grab a hold of the legs, and bring him down and bring up 3rd long. It's the situation you want to be in. They probably would still run the ball here and not put the ball in the air and risk an interception. You've seen a couple interceptions today on deflected balls. Just a tough day throwing. But you got an empty backfield with Dalton.
Saints have only attempted 11 passes.
Juwan Johnson's in the slot.
Dalton over the middle, completes. Right on cue, that's Johnson inside the 5, and it will be 1st and goal, Saints.
It's just fun to watch this guy. They put him in the slot. Just a quick, continue to get the ball out of Andy Dalton's hands quick. There's Johnson. There he is. Easy completion. Sits down in the window. I went back and looked at my notes, though, and just kind of read what Sean Payton said last couple of years about Johnson and developing him and what he thought he could become. And he really has developed into the player that they hoped and thought he could become.
Back to the ground game with Kamara. Bounces off a would-be tackler, and he's in for the Saints touchdown.
All right, man. Let's get the win. Let's get the win in this 4th quarter. Come on.
Have scored 16 straight and have taken their first lead of the day.
Well, just a really good job by Kamara. The vision, understanding where the cutback is, and then he gets hit in the backfield, runs through that. Poor tackling for the Browns, something that has plagued them throughout this season. Not being a great tackling team. Should have made the play at the 5-yard line in the backfield. Don't make the play, and Kamara makes the play.
So much talk of the limited number of touchdowns for Kamara this season. In fact, it's only the 2nd game all year in which he has a rushing touchdown. His 3 previous all came in 1 game. All made possible off the interception by Sorensen. And then it is Kamara doing the rest. Bangs it in for the Saints, who got their first lead.
You ready for an adventure?
2023 on Disney Plus. It's going to be quite a year. New stories.
This is just the beginning.
Definitely. New faces.
Peter Pan?
Were you expecting someone else?
And some familiar ones too.
Hang on.
Like this handsome fellow. A little over the top, don't you think?
Oh, man. The defense stinks. Hey, at least we not being fooled into Joe Woods this year like last year. You know what I mean? Like, we know what needs to be done. 3rd and 8. Let's just leave the middle of the field wide open, baby. Like, let's just not stop this curl route. Like, you know, it's real hard right now in the wind to throw the ball deep. So what we're going to do is cover that and play quarters and then just leave the middle of the field open. That's a great plan. That's a great plan. You know what I mean? Let's make the easier throws, the throws that are easier to make in these conditions, easier to make. And let's make the ones that are almost impossible in these conditions really impossible. Like, that's a great game plan by Joe Woods, man. I can't say nothing else about it. The GOAT. GOAT Woods. GOAT Woods. GOAT Woods. Tiger Woods. He need to wear a red polo on the sideline. Because that was just a great game plan. You know what I mean? I don't know how anybody could see anything other than genius in leaving the middle of the field open on 3rd and 8. I don't know how anybody can complain about that, right? We only got 2 more games, man. We only got 2 more games after this. Got y'all out there miserable, dog.
Sponsored by Progressive. the right call to protect your home and car. And by Disney Plus. Stream all your favorites and more only on Disney Plus.
All these fans in Cleveland are something else.
Easter Bunny's a little early, isn't it?
And it keeps you warm in this kind of weather. But how about the New Orleans Saints going 10-0? They've scored 17.
The defense doesn't look inspired, man. Even if they were inspired, they still not good. I don't need inspiration for that defense. I need them to be better.
Stadium in Cleveland. It has been nasty off Lake Erie. This is Ford breaking one tackle. Ford off to the races. Forced out of bounds close to the 40-yard line. Terrific return by Ford. Finally forced out by Alante Taylor. Next Saturday, it's a college hoops triple header beginning at Northeastern Louisville. They'll tip things off against number 19 Kentucky. That'll be followed by Oklahoma State and number 4 Kansas. And then we'll head you out to San Diego State taking on UNLV.
Sly, I really don't understand what Joe Woods be thinking on third and long. Man, I don't know either. We're better on third and short because he plays, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with that man no more.
Piece and both off deflections if you've just joined us.
Oh, my God, bro.
Cleveland Browns just 30 yards of offense in this quarter as we go downstairs to an 80.
Well, that touchdown certainly revitalized the Saints bench. I had a player say to me before the game, I miss my dome, and Cam Jordan had told me yesterday, I wish we hadn't flown in a day early, because if we couldn't get in, then maybe the NFL would have moved this game. But I'll tell you, the fact that the Saints are gunning this out, you can hear players on the bench encouraging each other. And this defense, Cam Jordan also said, having a head coach who's a defensive head coach, that means we don't ever have short shrift to our defense. We need to carry this team.
There's been a sense of desperation indeed on that Saints sideline to get this one. That pass intended for Njoku a little bit high. But the Saints adjusting their travel plans, as Aditi just reported. They've been here since Thursday. Will they be leaving here with a win? That's the question. We head to the 4th in Cleveland. Saints in front of the Browns.
Yeah, man. At least we all can agree that Joe Woods needs to be fired. And that anybody who chooses to keep Joe Woods into next year, if this defense sucks again, needs to be fired along with him. That is my line. I'm willing to rock with Kevin until he's trying to get me to look at Joe Woods 2023 and the defense look like Joe Woods. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. There ain't much else to say about it. That is what it is, man. Hopefully it changes by, what, February? You know what I mean? February is probably when it changes. Well, before February, but the defensive coordinator sucks, man. The defense sucks. It's not about being inspired. It's about the system failing. You don't need to be inspired to be in the middle of the field on 3rd and 8. That's inspiration's not going to get you there. The right play call is going to get you there. We talk about motivation. We can talk about, do these guys look like they're trying to play? Man, do they look like they're in the right spot? No, they don't ever look like they're in the right spot. That's why. Everything else is supplementary. Let's move this ball, man.
17 straight for the Saints. But a pivotal 3rd and 7 here. Watson from the gun as they work from just inside their own 45. Watson.
Good throw. Thank God we got him, man.
Jay, we were talking about the play calling from Stefanski. You didn't like what they had run on the previous 2 second downs, but that time Watson delivers a strike.
You had to throw there 3rd and 7, you figure, but you were into the win on the previous 2 second downs. You threw the interception on the deflection on the one, and then the incompletion. Surprised they didn't keep it on the ground there. Utilize this offensive line and shove it. And the legs into Deshaun Watson. Get back and allow him some design runs.
They pick up 12 to Cooper. Fresh set of downs for Cleveland on inside Saints territory. This is Hunt. Tripped up. We'll pick up a couple. Tyrann Mathieu on the tackle. Told you what's at stake for both of these two teams, and an absolute must-win, really, in their remaining 3 games, including this one. And then both will need a whole lot of help around them. Saints 1 game back behind Tampa Bay atop the NFC South. And the Browns 2 off the pace as they chase that final wild card spot in the AFC. 2nd and 8.
Oh, he overthrew him. Wynn took it. Man, chat is too toxic. Happy holidays, Q. I haven't looked at it in a minute. They must be mad or something. Yeah, the wind took it. You're throwing into the wind. Yeah.
It's hard to control that ball when you're throwing it when the wind is whipping from behind you. It's hard to control how deep you throw it, the trajectory you throw it with. You can see that ball just kind of sail on it.
All the touchdowns we've gotten in this game have been scored going in this direction. As the Browns now play with the wind at their back. 3rd and 8. Watson again protected. Incomplete.
What happened?
And a tight window right over the outstretched arms of Bradley Roby.
Man, there is no reason to punt. There is no reason to punt. There is no reason to punt. The defense is fucking terrible. There is no reason to punt. Do not punt the ball here for field position. Do not punt the ball here for field position. The defense is terrible. Oh my God. Kevin, dog.
Yeah, you got to do it. But to take a shot, again, that's 3 second downs in a row that you're throwing the ball when you're not in a situation where...
What is the point of punting here?
And then one of the times it was an interception.
So the Browns have to
Watch him get like a pick 6 or something. I'm going to look like an idiot. I hope so.
Marquez, who's been a busy man, now kicking with the wind at his back. Fair catch signaled by Shaheed. And the Saints are going to have it right around their own 10-yard line. 32 yards. Nicely placed punt by Marquez. Browns down 7.
COVID-19. Some people get it, and some people can get it bad. And for those who do get it bad, it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, asthma, or smoking. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, don't wait. Ask your healthcare provider right away if an authorized oral treatment is right for you.
I'm your ghost of Christmas presents. Like a Christmas carol? It's going to be quite a ride.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Nope, he's fine. He's good. Well, not really.
Did you put the tea in?
Oh, man. I'm not going to let the Browns piss me off today. I'm not going to let them do it, man. Don't let them do it to you. Don't let them piss you off today. Don't let them piss. It's Christmas Eve. There is better to do. Do not let this team piss you off today. You know what I mean? Just watch this game like you'll watch an episode of TV. Take it for what it is. If they win, dope. If they lose, dope. All right, dog? I'm not about to let them ruin my weekend, man. All right, Grand Scheme says, hey, Q, weather just released the chokehold on my internet. What's happening? I can't see anything. You're going to have to go on Twitter to recap you. But yeah, Browns are down 17-10. They were up 10-0 for a while, and then they just gave up 14 unanswered. And the Saints have the ball. At least the wind is going against the Saints, I guess.
On CBS.
Y'all complained about the Pro Bowl being a flag football game so much that they just made it a flag football game, and I think that's hilarious. Flag football is a completely different game than football too, so like I don't know how they think that's going to work, because you can't just play a regular 7-on-7 and think that's going to work in flag football.
Offense starting to push the right buttons with Pete Carmichael. We've seen a good, healthy dose.
Honestly, the best flag football is what, 5-on-5?
For 34 yards, again, efficient. They begin here with Hill. That's Keith Kirkwood in motion. This is Kamara. But slowly but surely, the Saints starting to build their confidence.
Yeah, I like what they did with Taysom Hill. Putting pressure on the defense, being physical. Defense getting a nice big stop there on 3rd and short, and then the interception was huge by Daniel Sorensen. And the ability to finish in the end zone for Kamara.
And Sorensen was only in the game because of the injury to Justin Evans, who made his 4th start of the season, but Evans dealing with a shoulder injury. So in comes Sorensen, and a couple of plays in, gets the pick that turns the game. David Johnson is back to the line of scrimmage, and a 3rd down coming up.
Bro, we getting cooked by Alvin Kamara and Fetty Wap right now.
Stop by Ragland to get in there, and you can see the NFC South standings right here. Carolina's winning big in their game. Atlanta's losing. Tampa plays later today out in Arizona. Tomorrow.
Hey, girlie.
And that game will be in Arizona tomorrow night. And there will be a lot of TVs tuned into that one down in New Orleans.
Why are you doing that?
Get home and make the play. We haven't heard much from him today.
Dalton from the gun on 34. Over the middle, he finds Kamara. A lot of green grass in front of him. Huge play for the Saints. And Jay Emerson finally on the tackle.
Mike Wax says, Joe Woods, you are a Toronto Argonaut.
Almost got home. He was coming off the edge up here. Andy Dalton got it out just in time as Kamara comes out of the backfield. Right inside, right there. Nice little move. A good throw by Dalton. And then look.
Nah, that's just good execution. That's not even on Joe Woods. But enough is.
Kamara has been so lethal in his career. We haven't seen those big plays from him this season. But what a time there to get one from Dalton. So Dalton now to the sideline. Hill back on the field. And that quarterback power bounces it towards the outside with 11 and change now left in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, if you're Joe Woods, you got to get a little bit more aggressive defensively. You got to start stacking that line, not allow them to beat you running the ball, especially with Taysom Hill back there. They haven't thrown it once when Hill has been back there. Start sneaking those safeties up, get up there, stack the line, and try and force them to beat you over the top.
All right, man. Come on, let's get a play, turnover or something. Nope. Good contain by John. Good contain.
This Cleveland defense, all their issues the first 10 weeks of the season, get much better of late. But this is the biggest 4th quarter that they'll play this season.
Yeah, they need to make a stop. They need to come up. Nice play there by John Johnson. Again, bringing up 3rd down. The 3rd down. Last time it was 3rd and 4. They hit Kamara out of the backfield. Dalton back in.
Dalton 8 of 13. You see what they've done on 3rd down. Can they get one here on 3rd and 7? Dalton off the save.
Dropped. Great play, Greg. All right, get him off the field. Good play, Greg.
Excellent job by Greg Newsom coming in and knocking that away. Because it's a perfect throw by Andy Dalton. The Browns bring 5. Dalton gets rid of the ball. Nice pocket. It's there. He's got it in his hands. And Newsom just comes back. Watch him knock this ball out.
Right, though? Right?
Just brilliance from Newsom and
Lily just taking over the stream. She like, hey, look, Browns fans, y'all stress. Let me pop up in here and get on this mic. Lily, what you got to say to the people at home?
Part of the day for Gilligan. Can't do it much better than that. As they will mark the Browns down.
Oh boy, hey, look, man, this television signal that I'm getting is hanging on by a thread, dog. It's holding on by a thread, a literal thread. All right, man. We got 9 minutes left. We can score here, get the ball back, get a field goal, win the game, go home. You know what I mean? It would be cruel and unusual punishment if the Browns made these fans sit in overtime in this weather. Like, that would be a bridge too far. You know what I mean? You're trying to get somebody killed. You know what I mean? So I am hoping that the offense has a nice drive here. They score a touchdown and get the ball back real quick and get a field goal. Let's get back up and let's win the game. Got a super chat from Spanky Balls. I think you just wanted me to say that on stream. You just wanted me to say that. Appreciate the super chat though, Spanky. Look, I know we think the cold gives us a home field advantage, but I think crowd noise gives us a better home field advantage, man. I really do. I don't think this is a good home field advantage. This is just something that affects the game negatively for both teams, dog. Like, this is not a home field advantage.
On the shores of Lake Erie, third coldest game on record for the Browns. Just incredible. 9 and change as they begin here right around the 10-yard line. They begin with the pass. Watson to Peoples-Jones. And interesting to see the play calling here from Kevin Stefanski down the stretch as they play in a 7-point hole.
Yeah, I think this offensive line, if they have their choice, hey, trust us. Run the ball. We're going to move the ball. We're going to get first downs. We're the strength in your team running the ball. This team is not great against the run. Put it on our backs to get it. They want to run the ball. That's what offensive linemen always want to do, but especially in a game like this with these conditions.
Back to the ground.
Oh, go.
Usually a good idea, putting the ball in his hands. Shot out of a cannon. As he
Nick Chubb in the fourth quarter is a different person.
As this develops here, as you continue to go along, watch the hole right here. Look how big of a hole that is. Chubb not even touched, getting through to that second level, and that's why you continue to run the ball.
Longest run of the day for the Browns. See what he's done in fourth quarter is just wearing defenses down.
Good cut. There you go. There you go. Let's keep chunking it. Let's keep chunking it.
So much power in those legs, Jerry. Finally brought down by Sorensen.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't understand going away and trying. It's tough to throw the ball today. So your strength is running the ball. Your strength is your offensive line and Nick Chubb. And then now you can dial in some runs with Deshaun Watson. Get some misdirection going. Try to utilize his legs. Move the ball with the legs of your quarterback and your running back.
Suddenly it's a healthy dose of Chubb.
For the love of God, stop chanting the goddamn play call at the stadium. That is the dumbest chant we do. I hate when every time we do it to the run gets stuffed. Wonder why.
Down short coming up.
Wonder why. If you mentally remind everybody, oh yeah, they're very likely to run the ball here. Let me just get in position. The crowd is letting us know that they're going to run the ball here.
What do you do here if you're Kevin Stefanski?
Well, you can certainly go with your wide zone that is the staple of your offense, or you can go play action, let Deshaun Watson use his legs.
Play action. They're going to throw it. Watson, marker thrown, flushed out by Granderson, and he throws it out of bounds. And now we check the flag from Brad Rodgers.
The 8 was left uncovered. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
Go for it.
Similar situation that we saw before. A penalty on 3rd down. You can see over here. This is where the penalty happens, but a similar situation that you had before for Dennis Allen, where he had to decide if he wanted to take the penalty and back him up or make it 4th and short. He took the penalty last time and they got it. He makes it 4th and short here, and now Cleveland is going for it again. They have more conversions, first in conversions in the NFL on 4th down with 20 conversions this year.
Stefanski rolling the dice. They're going to throw it again. 4th and incomplete. And Watson wasn't even close.
I don't like it.
Looking for Peoples-Jones, and the Saints get it back. Up 7 with under 7 minutes left.
You have 3rd and short, and you go play action and stay in the pocket and throw it. 4th and short, and you try to throw it again. I don't get the play.
I'm going to use the bathroom, y'all.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nerves pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy. Because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. It's the holidays and the big wireless companies are busy spending billions on advertising. At Mint, we're not into wasting money, so we bought this spiffy stock footage for $500. Our footage also came with another hand, so we can let you know if you switch to Mint, you'll get 3 months free on all of our plans, even unlimited. Feels like that deserves an exclamation point. Whoa, easy. Easy.
Next season on Fansville, presented by Dr. Pepper.
A Category 5 wave has broken containment from the stadium and is heading straight for Fansville.
¿A tsunami wave?
No, something is coming.
Oh no, it's the wave. I refuse to participate in this.
The wave? What is this, the 80s? Next season.
Make sure there's Dr. Pepper in there.
Prepare to cheer. Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Deep sea driving, I see.
Something like that.
Well, here's something else. With your Farmer's Policy perk, new car replacement, you can get a new one.
That is something else.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmer's Policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Get up, get moving, and gradually reduce grays the easiest way. Just step into the shower with Just for Men Control GX shampoo. The first and only shampoo that blends away a little gray with every wash for a subtle, natural look. Control GX from Just for Men.
Tough as Nails returns January 4th on CBS.
Welcome to Lingo. Let's do it. Contestants will be shown the first letter of a word. All they have to do is guess that word.
Lingo. Series premiere January 11th on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
So the Saints get it back after the turnover on downs. Cleveland unable to capitalize or convert on a 4th and 2. Kevin Stefanski play calling.
Betty. All right, Grant, when you wash your hands, send me a photo of it so I can see video evidence of you actually doing it. Because I don't think you've ever washed your hands. At least we can stop secretly simping for the playoffs.
backfield.
Who was actually doing that? Nobody thought this team was actually going to make the playoffs. It's just a meme.
And you kept Deshaun Watson in the pocket. Now you just drop him straight and you try to take a shot down the field. That's a low completion throw on any day, much less on a day where the windshield is -15 and you got wind behind your back and it's a tough day. You know, and you just ran the ball really successfully. Got first downs, it came out, and then you choose a little too play, messed up, wrapped around the ball. I think Kevin
Yeah.
Stefanski's going to question himself on those two play calls.
2nd and 6. Now hoping his defense can bail them out. They get the push there they were looking for.
Good job, Jordan.
Kamara buried. Jordan Elliott making first contact. They dump him for a loss of 3.
Yeah, Alex Wright in there making
For the love of God, cover the middle of the field, man.
They're not going to kick a field goal. New Orleans isn't without getting a first down. So if you can hold them here, they're probably going to punt the ball. You get a stop and get the ball back with 5 minutes or so left and try to go down there and try to tie this game up.
Keep in mind, no Jadeveon Clowney today defensively for the Browns. Can they get a stop here? 3rd and 9 with 5.5 left.
Watch Kamara out of the backfield.
Dalton throws up to see it's incomplete. Oh my word. Boy, did the wind get it a little bit just as it got to Kirk.
Yeah, it did. That was a touchdown. Ooh, that was a touchdown.
Two throws up there. This ball is right there. Watch it hit Kirkwood in the head. The ball just hits him right in the head. He may think it's going to come over. It's a good throw by Dalton, but Kirkwood's got to turn and go up and catch that ball with his hands instead of waiting for that ball to come over. You talked about he just got brought up and couldn't make that play, and the Browns get the stop they need and they force the punt. Now I would come after this right here.
No, don't come after the freaking punt. Don't do that dumb shit. Just let him punt it. Just let him punt it.
Duncan has been awfully good. Angling these punts inside the 10-yard line.
There we go.
This one will
Don't listen to Jay Feely.
to the end zone. And the Browns are going to get it at their 20 with Deshaun Watson down 7 with 5 and change left. Tomorrow it's a special Christmas day on the NFL on CBS where the Broncos are taking on the Rams against the 42 of the NFL today. Then next Sunday it's an NFL on CBS doubleheader headlined by key matchups including the Broncos and the Chiefs, Dolphins and the Patriots, as well as the Vikings heading to Lambeau to take on the Packers. It all begins with the NFL today, noon Eastern. Happy holidays from the NFL on CBS.
Well, you got 5 minutes left. You're down 7. You got all 3 timeouts. You know, the NFL, it's always about players, not plays. And so if you're Kevin Stefanski,
Truth says Kevin has no feel for the game.
your running back and your offensive line,
Let's see what happens here, man.
don't leave this game without testing this run defense on this critical drive for the Saints.
They begin with 5 and change left. Chubb.
The BK commercial is hella catchy, though. What's the BK commercial?
And he is now over 90 yards on the day.
I would keep running him until they stop it.
Jay, it just seems obvious at this point, especially over these last 2 possessions. Chubb
No,
turning out
that's
the guards on his legs.
there you go.
Breaks the
Got the
initial
first.
tackle, and that second effort is going to get him the first down.
Yeah, really good second effort. The Saints defense did a good job of getting penetration at the point of attack and stopping it. Chubb spins back in his second effort, gets that first down. We haven't seen in the second half Deshaun Watson run the ball.
If Cleveland loses this game, they're mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Of course, those playoff hopes dimming even with a win. But can they keep their playoff hopes alive here with 4 and change left? Both teams have all 3 timeouts left. And the Browns in a 7-point hole.
Play there by David Onyemata.
Second and 10. Watson fakes the give over the middle. And he finds the tight end, David Njoku. Brought down just shy of the 40. They pick up 8. And this open field tackled by Tyrann Mathieu.
Seems like we're just in this situation about this part of the field.
So they play Pittsburgh, and then they play, wow, goodness gracious.
Kareem Hunt back into the game again.
Oh, boy, Kareem Hunt's in the game, y'all.
Chubb on the sideline.
This is where Hunt has been dangerous. On these third down plays.
Nah, he got it.
Needed the 41 and appears to have it for Cleveland. Clocks down Browns.
Clock's down to 3 minutes. You have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, so plenty of time. But because of the conditions and the inability really to throw the ball, you still have to be in somewhat of a hurry.
Watson, give him time, broken up, incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw, too.
Coverage for Donovan Peoples-Jones. And Bradley Roby among the defenders there for the Saints.
Yeah, Roby almost intercepts his pass. He reads it perfectly, jumps the route, and he's right there, and it hits him. He could have picked that off and really almost ended that game for the Saints. And again, we're throwing on 1st and 10 when we're running the ball successfully in a situation where it's difficult to throw the ball.
There was Lante Taylor, their highly touted rookie, who's just been off the charts. In coverage on the play when Roby came over to help. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground game with Chubb.
That's why we weren't running the ball. That's why we weren't running the ball, man. Come on.
How good has he been with the injuries that they've had to contend with?
Come on, man.
No Pete Werner in this game, and
Come on,
comes in for a loss of 3.
Well, and they know the Saints defense knows where Chubb likes to run the ball. 80% of the time, he likes to run the ball outside. That's where the majority. So they're stacking that to the side of Chubb. That's where you got to keep the ball to Deshaun and let him use his legs.
Certainly 2-down territory, just trying to get some of it back here. 3rd and 13. Watson fires, incomplete. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Gotta go for it.
It's that rookie, Taylor.
There's a flag.
And now penalty marker is thrown from way back in the Saints secondary.
Wow, it's on the Saints.
What's the call here?
Holding.
Wow.
Number 29.
Wow. What a bailout, dog. What a bailout.
Penalized. What a game changer that is for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, they bailed out this Cleveland offense. Here's Amari Cooper on the opposite side of the field. And he just grabbed
Wow, he just fell.
And he was wide open there too, but it was that grab, that pull on the break that they called. Life for the Browns team. That was iffy, for sure. There wasn't a lot there.
Where you going? Big break for the Browns. Can they capitalize? Fresh set of downs. Could be the final play before the 2-minute warning. This is Chubb looking for a seam. Unable to bounce it to the outside. As that will take us to the 2-minute warning here in Cleveland. Buckle up. Cleveland down 7. Looking for some late game magic on CBS.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy center. Do you love it, Matthew Stafford? I'm not a walking...
Run game been unreliable as hell, man. Unreliable as hell. Almost as unreliable as the defense, honestly.
Do you know about its camera? Like the way it fixes blurry photos.
Oh boy. Oh boy, I hope they score. I hope they win. I'm not letting them ruin in my weekend, man. I'm not letting the Browns ruin it. I have already conceded whether they win or lose. I just have to live with it. It's a weird weather game. There's not much you can take away from it. Just is what it is, man. I'm not going to let them ruin my weekend. I would advise that y'all don't let them ruin your weekend because they not worth it right now. You know what I mean? Your weekend is not worth it right now. Like, point blank period. Them boys is not worth it.
CBS is sponsored by Google Pixel 7 and by DirecTV. Get your TV together.
A reminder to keep it here. The State Farm postgame show comes your way next. JP, Phil, Boomer, and Coach Cower standing by from our CBS studios to get you all the latest NFL scores and highlights. Week 16, all to come on the State Farm postgame show. 2nd and 8, final 2 minutes. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. The Saints trying to get one here in Week 16. They're up 7. Watson back to the air. Felt the pressure. It's incomplete.
Man, somebody got to catch the ball.
Cooper. Those two just can't seem to get on the same page.
Well, he had Cooper on the crossing route. I mean, it was there. They've had issues throughout the day. There's the deep ball. He couldn't find Donovan Peoples-Jones. Andy Dalton having trouble. Cooper can't keep his feet on this one. It's just a tough day throwing the ball. But right now, 3rd and 8, you're in 2-down territory.
See what Watson has done on the day. In the half, he's only 4 of 12. 3rd and 8. Watson.
There we go.
That time able to connect. It's Cooper inside the 45-yard line and a big first down connection. They pick up 9.
You go with the stack, and then Cooper with his
good route.
They quickly get to the line here to snap it under 2 minutes, 1:38 and counting.
Browns now going tempo. See what they've done. 11th play of the drive. 1st and 10. Watson climbs the pocket. Everyone covered. Watson going down.
You got to use a timeout here.
First sack for the Saints. Onyemata and Street able to wrap him up for the Saints.
Yeah, that's one Deshaun should have just taken off. They tried to go quick, go with tempo. It's not there. And as Deshaun gets to the top of his drop right here, when it's not there, if he takes off and goes, there's a seam right there. Go. He doesn't. He waits and hesitates, and then the defense is able to collapse on him. I think if he takes off and goes right away, he picks up maybe the first down.
Big play by Onyemata in Street. And the first sack, in fact, for either of these two teams. So Buck 23 forced Kevin Stefanski to take that timeout right here. 2nd and 13. As Deshaun Watson now navigate this 2-minute drill in his 4th start with his new team. Watson faking to Hunt.
Why throw that? Why you throw that?
Matthew played it perfectly.
He would have been better off with an incomplete pass there. They catch it, and now the clock continues to run down to a minute as they're trying to get lined up, and they can't allow this clock to continue to run.
Well, they lose about 23 seconds of game clock right there. 3rd and 13. Watson's pass up to seam.
Come on, get up.
What a snatch by Cooper. In tight coverage, they pick up 14. And a first down for Cleveland. Kevin Stefanski taking his 2nd timeout with 51 seconds left. Another chance to remind you to keep it here for the State Farm postgame show. JP and the fellas standing by. Take you around the league with some critical playoff implication stories to share on the State Farm postgame show.
This is just a difficult catch. He knows he's got to go down and get behind the sticks to get the first down. Contested, physical catch. Cooper going up, securing that ball, bringing it down. Again, giving this Browns team life. 1 timeout left now, 51 seconds.
Well, they've got a lead on that passing game.
Good throw. Spike it.
They pick up 18. Clock stopped as they reset the chains crew to buy him some seconds. So, Jay, they take it right here. They're going to put a second back on the clock. 42 seconds. So they're out of timeouts. 1st and 10.
That's why I think you could have possibly ran up there and spiked the ball. It probably would have ran down another 10 seconds. You get to 33 seconds, and then you have one timeout. Because you called the timeout, now you don't have any timeouts left. And now you can't afford a sack. You really can't afford to complete the ball in bounds for no gain. You want to look to score in the end zone here. Obviously, Cooper up top.
We will have bonus coverage from Chicago coming up. The Bills up 8 as they go down the stretch with the Bears. 43 seconds. Watson, fresh set of downs. Throws towards the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Cooper. And terrific coverage for the Saints.
They isolated Cooper up top, trying to get him in a matchup that they like. Trying to
Wow.
go to the corner of the end zone. Really nothing there. Nowhere to go with that ball. Smart play by Deshaun Watson just to throw it away.
Again, the Browns eliminated from playoff contention if they lose this game. 38 seconds. Cleveland franchise that has made just one playoff appearance over the last 19 years.
38 seconds left, man.
After Kevin Stefanski's first year here in 2020, 2nd and 10. Here they come. Watson protected, throws in the face of pressure.
Oh.
Corner of the end zone, incomplete. Donovan Peoples-Jones nearly had it. And what a recovery by this kid, Alontae Taylor.
Oh, great throw.
Deshaun bought time, and that ball is there. If Peoples-Jones makes that catch, I think he scores. And the ball bounces off of his shoulder and his hands, and now they have to go back and dial up a new play. But that was there to be made. The game was there to be tied. They couldn't bring it in.
What does Kevin Stefanski dial up here? 30 seconds, no timeouts. It's 3rd and 10. Watson over the middle, incomplete. My goodness. Njoku couldn't squeeze it.
That was there as well. I mean, that ball is a good ball by Deshaun Watson. Going to his tight end. We've seen Njoku do this before. There's
David!
Through his hands, 2 plays in a row. His receiver and his tight end can't bring
God
it in.
damn it, David. That's game.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
Both of them, yeah. And that's one that his tight end.
That's game.
I know it's cold. I know there's element, but you got to bring that in.
Njoku had that incredible catch against Tampa Bay just a couple of weeks back. 4th and 10. It comes down to this for Cleveland. 23 seconds. Watson all day to throw. Now here they come, and they belly him.
Yeah.
Carl Granderson turning out the lights for the Saints.
What a play by Granderson because he was in coverage. Watch Granderson here. Here he is. He's going to drop in coverage, and then he's going to come up on Deshaun. He drops in coverage. He's into his zone. Now he comes back and looks. Now he comes all the way back up in the middle, and then he comes up and makes this play to seal the win for the Saints and keep their playoff hopes alive.
Dennis Allen with the reaction. What a difficult season 1 it's been for him down in the Big Easy. But how about Granderson? All that girth, Jay, doing it against one of the most elusive quarterbacks in the NFL. As the New Orleans Saints win.
Yeah, well, drop 2 balls in the end zone. Drop 3 balls in the end zone. 3 of them. Drop 3 of them in the end zone. You ain't going to win very many football games. Cold weather wasn't an advantage for the team. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that this team wasn't a cold weather team? It is what it is. Corey Johnson says, sucks we lost. Thank you for being everything you do. Merry Christmas, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the Christmas love. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just the defense stinks. The offense, the offense is a throw the ball offense now. You know what I mean? The cold weather was not an advantage to them. You know, these are things. And honestly, with Watson, I felt like played well, but David Njoku had a drop there. That could have been a touchdown, should have been a touchdown. Just dropped the ball because the ball was hot and cold and he wasn't used to catching the cold football. And then same thing happened with Coop. Same thing happened with Coop, man. What you going to do about it? Like, you're not going to get rid of David Njoku or Amari Cooper because of that, but it is what it is. You just lose the game because of it. Again, fairly meaningless game. I know it technically takes the Browns out of playoff contention and whatnot, but at this point, that was a joke anyways. We need a true number 1 receiver. No, I think we're fine at receiver. It's just, Amari Cooper probably shouldn't be playing football in negative 10-degree weather. Hopefully that doesn't happen next year. It is what it is, man. We wanted these conditions. And these conditions, I've said all along, were not conditions that were favorable for your style of football team. Don't mean you change how you build the whole team, because it might be cold every once in a while, or it might be freezing cold like that once every 5 years. But it is what it is, man. Can't really take away much from this game offensively or defensively, to be honest, because it's just a weird outlier game. Like, most of this shit, most of the players playing in the game right now ain't going to be back next year. There's no real sweeping statement to make. That's why I didn't like playing the game in this condition. I would have liked it. The game got moved. But hey, you got to play the game in the field that both teams got to play on. And I can't believe they just dropped that interception. But you got to play the game in the conditions that the game is on. And the Saints were better equipped for it because they run the ball more. They run the ball with the quarterback. They run the ball with the running back. They run the ball up the middle. They do it, and our defense can't stop it. We talked all week, man. I don't know why we do this every time. Every time it's bad weather, they got to tackle Nick Chubb in the cold. Like, they can do that. You know who can't tackle in any weather? The Browns defense. We can't tackle. Why do we think these games are an advantage to us when the defense has consistently showed a proclivity to not tackle? Why do we think cold weather is going to make that any better? It honestly makes it worse, because if they could throw the ball, we would probably make more plays on the ball. And it has nothing to do with these dudes being from Miami or in the South. It has everything to do with the fact that that's just how football is played now. It's not supposed to be played this cold no more. It is what it is. It is what it is. Again, it's a fairly meaningless loss. Who cares at the end of the day? You're out of playoff contention. I could have told you that 3 weeks ago. You were out of playoff contention, right? Like, you've been out of playoff contention. It's not even a big deal. Wouldn't let it ruin your Christmas. But if you want to know why they lost the game, it's because the defense can't tackle. And the offensive line still has issues, even though Ethan Postic's back. Straight up, point blank period. Drop some touchdowns, easy win, and you drop it. Now, that's now 2 former AFC North quarterbacks we lost to. Merry Christmas. I'll give you some hand soap. Be safe, bro. Grand scheme, I'm begging you to let the dirty hands joke go. I'm begging you. It's been a month and a half, brother. Let's find something new. Like, all the novelty's been milked out the joke by this point. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's just what it is, man. This team's not very good. We knew it. We know they have obvious things that they need to fix in the offseason. And hey, man, like, I know people can be disingenuous and act like Watson was the problem in that game, but like, come on now. If you watch the game, you know better than that. But hey, Browns lose this one 17-10. Offense shuts down in the second half. Run game got completely froze out in the red zone. Even when it was moving the ball to get you to the red zone, it was getting froze out. The Saints were the better football team today. They ran the ball better. They were more physical at the point of attack. They executed cleaner. They didn't make as many mistakes. They were the better football team. The Browns just weren't. That being said, don't let this shit ruin your Christmas. Buckeye says, this is Cleveland Browns weather. Yeah, sure. I guess Cleveland Browns weather is miserable conditions in losing in a very unentertaining game. That's what Cleveland Browns weather has always brought us. You know what I mean? Like, the Packers don't ever like go to the Super Bowl because like they're not a good cold weather team either. Like, it's just, you're doing more damage to yourself with this whole let's stay outside thing. But hey, if that's what people want to do, that's what people want to do, I guess. But yeah, Merry Christmas. Make sure you spend it with your loved ones. Do not let this game, this meaningless game, Bukake Browns fire Okay, buddy. All right, yeah, you want to fire Stefanski, I get it. But yeah, don't let this, don't be the guy that's like bringing this anger into your Christmas festivities. You know what I mean? We're all sports fans. We all care a lot. We are all here. Like, this is basically my life, right? I have to watch this team, study this team. I live and die with this team. My income changes when they win. It changes when they lose. I understand. I have stakes in this. But you can't bring this into your personal life. So make sure that you don't bring this shit into Christmas. Make sure that you give your kids, if you have them, your family, if you're spending it with family, or your friends, if you're spending it with friends. And you make sure that you don't bring none of this negative energy around those people. Make sure that you're giving your family the best possible, most loving holiday that you can. And don't give them a shitty holiday because your team stinks. Don't be that guy, right? Let's be better than that guy. Dave Miner says there's always hockey. No, hockey. Okay, now. Okay. Hockey. Now, that's a bridge too far. But in all seriousness, don't bring this into your holidays. Can we stop the Fire Stefanski talk to quickly? Look, man. Humble hands. Look, man. Here's what I'm going to do with the Fire Stefanski stuff. Unless they do it, it doesn't matter what people want, right? Like, or what people say they want. It's a loud minority of people who want Stefanski fired for reasons, some more valid than others. But ultimately, this is not a democracy. The Browns are not going to ask us to go to the polls and vote for whether Stefanski should stay on the team or not. They're just going to make a decision on what they feel like they should make a decision on. So there's no point in me yelling at folks about this or anything like that. King95 says Ravens clinch. See y'all losers next year. Okay, buddy. Now, King95, when the Ravens lose in the first round, maybe they play the Jaguars and like sneaks in the second round. But when the Ravens eventually lose before they get to like the AFC Championship game, are you going to be crying when we make fun of you for that? Just a real question, because I'm pretty sure you are. Mighty says, nah, this season was what it was. Yeah, season was what it was, man. Season was what it was. Ain't no point in getting mad at it now. You know what I mean? Not during the holidays. Not when friends are around. You know what I mean? Not when activities are to be had. So make sure that you spend these activities and do these activities right. Don't be the guy that brings us into your Christmas. You know, don't be the dude that ruined his Thanksgiving over the Cowboys. You know what I mean? We've all seen that video. Don't be that guy. Watson played terrible. Browns are okay. Okay, buddy. All right, buddy. I'm sure you feel that way. Appreciate you giving me $2 to say nonsense, but yeah. Did the Bengals just lose, dog? No way the Bengals just lost. Oh, the Bengals are about to lose? And Pittsburgh plays at night tonight. Pat's about to make this loss irrelevant anyways. I mean, you know, it was pretty irrelevant before the Pats came back. You know what I mean? It was pretty irrelevant before the Pats came back. This just wasn't going to be a meaningful win or loss either way. You know what I mean? Like, if the Browns win a bunch of games next year, we're not going to care about what happened tonight. Jared Prosser, to all the three to haters, Watson, look, Jared. Here's the thing, man. The people who are going to hate on Watson are not going to operate in good faith about this. So pointing out like actual facts about like, oh, he had 3 drop touchdowns, they're not going to care about that. You're basically wasting your time. Like, do not argue with people about this because, yes, obviously he had 3 drop touchdowns. Obviously he looked good at parts of this game. But those people are not trying to have an actual argument with you. They're just operating out of bad faith and just trying to like dunk on him because they don't like him as a person, which is fair. But hey, you know, they're not going to be operating out of good faith. And it's just save your time arguing with people who are operating out of bad faith. Those people can be ignored. You know what I mean? You don't got to duke it out with every idiot. This is a lesson I'm learning, right? Because if I duke it out with every idiot, I ain't got time to do nothing else. Daniel Ellis with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. No, the Saints were the better team today. They're not the better team overall, but today they played better. Browns trash. OM baby, we good. We gonna be good though. Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine next year. If we make the right changes, the right adjustments, we should be fine next year. But we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Let's see if we can laugh at the Bengals though. 3 minutes left. They haven't scored all half. Daniel Ellis has a question, right? Please explain why Deshaun had more pass attempts than Chubb's running attempts. I get not wanting to fire Stefanski, but accountability who? Well, I mean, like, one, there's a whole question to be had on, like, when we say accountability, what does that even mean? Because I don't know what it means. I can say the reason Deshaun had more passing attempts than Chubb had rushing attempts is because the rushing attempts for most of the game weren't working until the fourth quarter. Like, Chubb was getting behind the sticks often. Like, we were in behind the stick situations because of Nick Chubb. So, I mean, like, look, we can't act like Nick Chubb's been playing great. I feel like there's been enough bad games here to where we have to have the conversation at some point that Nick Chubb has not been playing well in addition to the offensive line. And we can't keep having commentary about the game as if Nick Chubb has been playing well. He's been playing poorly. Watson played well despite the code. I know the next season is a Cleveland meme, but I sense auspicious 2023. I hope so. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see. They got to make some changes. There's definitely some adjustments that need to be made, and some moves that need to be made before I go full-blown optimism. But I don't think these changes are very hard to make, so if they do make them, it's fairly obvious. And when they do make them, I'll be more excited. But right now, just got to see what happens. Fred Hines says, at least I'm at home warm. And look, man, that is the best thing about this, Fred. You did not go to the stadium to freeze and then watch your team take a L that you could, like, it would have been more courteous if the Browns decided that they were going to get blown out so people could have left at halftime and just stood in the cold for like an hour and a half. Nah, man, they almost took this to overtime, dog. You know how rude that was to the Cleveland Browns? Rude. This team is a rude football team, dog. This team has no manners. No manners at all. Gonna make y'all sit through the half, get all optimistic just to make y'all just drop flat doo-doo for the second half and so y'all can just sit there and be cold. Gotta be a rough experience, man. Gotta be a rough experience. That's why I would never suggest going to the stadium in such conditions. Chubb is injured. Foot, sit him for the remainder. I mean, that's up to Nick Chubb, what he wants to do. I don't think the foot's why he's not playing well. So if he don't think that's why he's not playing well, then he got to stay out there and figure this out. Straight up. Straight up, man. Like, that's just what it's going to be. That's just what it's going to be, yo. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm just play well, finish out these next two games, finish 4-2, and you'll be fine. Greg Joseph, pretty good kicker, huh? I remember I was advocating just to keep him because he was good enough. But nah, y'all wanted Justin Tucker. So we drafted Cade York. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a home field advantage would have been like if we was able to get loud in the fourth quarter because, like make them call some timeouts. That's more of a home field advantage. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, you know how loud Cleveland Browns fans are? You put them in a dome, dog, it's going to be one of the loudest environments in football. I think that would be a great home field advantage. Put the dog pound closer to the field, make the fence a little lower. I think a dome would be a great idea, but I'm not about to argue with people why they mad about a loss about the dome or not, because then you're not going to get reasonable opinions either way, right? We're not going to get reasonable opinions either way. So, I think that the problem more or less isn't where they play the games, is who was playing the games, how they played the games, and how they executed in those games, right? This game could have been in a dome, and it probably would have been very, very different, right? It doesn't guarantee that the Browns win or lose this game. It just means that it would have been a different game. So, you know, end of the day, we played the game that we played in the conditions that we played the game in. And in those conditions, we had 3 drop touchdowns offensively. In those conditions, we allow a team to get a 80-yard drive on us in those conditions. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Got to get rid of some folks. Got to make some changes. Okay, Alexa, this is not about you. Alexa, turn off your microphone. Oh, why is she in here talking? Is what it is. Let's watch this. The rest of this Cincinnati game. See if they blow it.
For New England, interception return for a touchdown to give the Pats their first points of the day.
And he's still out there, I believe, right here in the slot.
On second down, running play. Stevenson stripped down low, but enough for the first down.
Oh, they're gonna give Joe Burrow too much time here.
Well, he had a head of steam right there, and it looked like he had a clear opening. Let's see who gets it. Hilton right there, 21. If he doesn't trip him up, that's going to be a big-time collision right there with Von Bell.
We got a timeout from Cincinnati. NFL Today update to New York.
Vikes win another close one, Boom. Hey, Ian, check this one out. A 61-yard field goal attempt for Greg Joseph is going to be good. That means Minnesota will have its 11th win, and that would be a one-score win, and that is a new NFL record 11 times this year for the Minnesota Vikings. They go on to beat the Giants 27-24. Back to you guys in New England.
The Cardiac Vikings this season.
And how about the way they came back from that emotional, beyond emotional comeback and win against Indianapolis and put out the effort they had to today to beat the Giants.
And now the Patriots are trying to come from behind against the Bengals.
The Patriots have to win this one and their last 2 to ensure themselves a playoff spot. They were 22 points down in this game, and now they're knocking at the doorstep with a chance to take the lead.
Might get some tenders. You know what I mean? Some tenders to make me feel better. I'm going to get some tenders, dog. That's what's going to make me feel better is trans fat. You know what I mean?
At the 6.5-yard line.
What's going on here? A little bit deeper. Did they say you a body part down earlier?
So under 2 minutes, they can look at anything, and they might have looked at it and determined that Stevenson was down before the spot they originally gave him.
Let's take a look again to know what you're talking about.
It's been determined that the run was short of the line to gain. Therefore, it'll be 3rd down and short from the 6.5-yard line.
The knee did go down prior to it.
Chris Gustafaro says it looks like Chubb is hesitant to those holes. I mean, he's always been a hesitant runner. The problem with him this year is that he's more hesitant than normal. He got that. What are they doing here? He's more. This actually helps the Patriots, given that they get like the inch they need on 4th down. But yeah, that's the thing with Chubb. He's just too hesitant. And it's causing problems. Kareem Hunt isn't in. This is from Kevin Burkhead. It says Kareem Hunt isn't it this year. He is way too indecisive when he runs now. Joe Woods will be gone, hopefully. I'm a fan of Chris. Next thoughts? Is that a defensive coordinator? I think they got it. Yeah, they got it. So the Bengals have no timeouts now, and the Patriots are down 4. So they got the score here with 3 timeouts left.
First down inside the 6.
Yeah, Kevin, thank you for the super chat.
Cincinnati has no timeouts remaining. Matt Patricia, senior football advisor, coaches the offensive line, trying to dial up the right play. First and goal. Stevenson, stonewalled, and Stevenson lost the football. Cincinnati claims they've got it.
Wow. Wow. I don't know how forward progress wasn't marked, but if it wasn't, they're screwed. There's flags all over the place here.
Flags are flying after the fumble. Stevenson played a role in the lateral last week. Got it started after the run.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Cincinnati. First down. After the play, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. New England, number 10. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down, Cincinnati.
B.J. Hill on the recovery. This is astounding.
Look who meets him first. That's DJ Reader, 98. And then the punch-out, I believe, was Von Bell, 24. As Reader stands him up, Bell punches the ball out, and then the skirmish begins. Watch Reader, 98.
Hey, DJ Reader good at football, man.
Then coming from the side, you'll see 24 get into play. Right there. There's the punch-out.
Wow. Wow. Bengals escape. Bengals escape. Yeah. Let's go around the league before we head out here. All right, so Carolina 37-23 over the Lions. Wow, it's impressive. The Lions are supposed to be a decent team. 17-10, obviously, Browns, Saints. New York lost to the Vikings 27-24. The Chiefs won against the Seahawks 24-10. And the Falcons lost 17-9 to the Baltimore Ravens. 35-13 was the final score in Chicago, which I don't know why they brought us to that game after the Browns one. I just don't get that choice. Right now, going on in progress, 14-10 is the score of the Texans versus the Titans. So who's going to win that division? I have no clue. That's about it going on around the league. All right. But I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Christmas Eve. I advise you guys do the same. Stay peaceful. Stay happy. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Well, I'll talk to y'all before the New Year. Well, yeah, obviously on video and everything. But Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. A video will be out later today, more than likely. You guys have a great day. Kevin says, love your analysis, by the way. He's a D-line coach for the Niners. Hey, you know what I mean? Be interested to see who they bring in. It'd be interesting to see who they bring in. But for everybody else, I want to make sure everybody has a great day and even better night. Peace.